Dude soundtrack gets stuck in my head every time.
I'm so sorry. I'll try to make more. Maybe.
You should never stop apologizing to me for this.
Alrighty. Well, you know what? Fine. Hi guys, how are you doing tonight? Hopefully we're live right now, but I'm just going to be double checking, making sure that's. Oh no, Ellie, your camera got mixed up. So let me fix that really quick. Or Ayami rather. No. This happens every time.
Is it always just me?
No, it's I need to get a better computer somehow.
Start raising that money.
I tried. So there's that. Let's get rid of that mouse. And let's drop that right there. Make sure you're not looking too long. Put you over here. Oh no, I'm bad at this. Okay. We got it! Excellent. Alright, so we're back at it.
Yeah, I'll be saying we're live too, so.
Yay, we're finally live. Well, gosh darn, I'm really looking forward to this. Okay, guys. We're finally in. We're finally streaming. Everything's working. Per usual. Hi, it's us, the prettiest people. We hope you are doing splendid this evening as we jump back into Mouse Guard the Eastern Marches. If you don't know what this is, and you're just tuning in right now, just in case, we are popping into this fantastic role-playing game known as Mouse Guard, and it is all about us taking on the roles of various tiny mice who wear cloaks, who battle predators, and try to make the land they live in very peaceful and safe. And unfortunately, it is my job to ensure that is not an easy thing that's going to happen. Per usual, what's going to happen is I'm going to let my characters sort of introduce themselves one at a time. We're going to hold off on our newest addition, a mouse named Jasper, who is our newcomer to the game. But these three, will be introducing them per usual. Just to recap, do you guys want to go ahead and it's been me sort of delivering the prologue as of late. Do you guys want to sort of tell us what's been going on for Tapper's Point and what's happened in the community campaign so far?
Who wants to go?
It would help if I'd unmuted first. I mean, I'm just, talking, and nobody can hear me. It's okay. It's fine. It's fine, guys. It's fine. It's been a while. I feel like, I know it's only been a week. Well, let me see if I even have any freaking...
Yeah, you guys have, now in-game, your characters are part of the Mouse Guard, which is this faction that is dedicated to ensuring that the mouse territories are safe from all kinds of predators and disasters that could befall the peaceful mice that live inside mouse territories. The one thing that keeps the mouse territories safe is the scent border, which is this big chemical trail that keeps away the worst of the predators, like the bears, the wolves, the deer, all sorts of horrible things. You were sent by Gwendolyn on a special mission. A lot of the guards mice are being sent beyond the scent border. Whoa! On motorcycles, apparently, to help this little outpost called Tapper's Point to sort of become this very functional town as to sort of expand the scent border and expand the territories and use the Wild Country as a sort of a boon for the rest of the territories. Go ahead and tell us about your characters and what's been happening in Tapper's Point since spring, if you like.
I can go first, I guess. Oh my god. Ellie, really? Faye, come on. So yeah, I play Ellie. She's a scientist. She's basically all the neutral colors thrown into one furball. But she does have a little bit of blonde in her. Just kind of like blonde streaks. She's a scientist. She's 18. She's actually the sister of Ida, who you guys have seen in most of the Thursday campaigns. Yeah, she's the sister of Ida. She's been kind of... I will say this, she's kind of smitten over Pepperjack as of right now. But hasn't really admitted it yet. So I guess it might come out this episode, it might not, who knows. Yeah, so she killed a fox with him, but unfortunately the fox took his arm. She tried to make an arm for him and didn't really work out. that well. It was bad, and he just recently sacrificed it in this fire ant problem that we had. So yeah, so now he has no arm again. So now Ellie's even more worried, and so she's like, okay, I need to make a new arm, and yeah, she basically won't leave his side now. It's great. But yeah, so that's Ellie. She's kind of featherbrained, but like she's actually not, because she's a scientist and she's really smart. She just like gets distracted by a lot of things. So.
Well, lovely. Just to clarify, you did not kill the fox.
We did not. No.
You did. You did drive it off, but
yeah, it got away with Pepperjack's arm.
yeah,
Defeated a fox
you defeated.
in battle.
Speaking of
Yeah.
Pepperjack's arm, Pepperjack, tell us about your character and stuff.
Well, Pepperjack's been here since the get-go. A lot of stuff has been going on. We've managed to make friends with crows and make friends with a weasel, and just recently made a very, very bitter old enemy in Grandma Biddy. A very sour old woman.
What a word to use. She's sour like a warhead.
He's not wrong.
Yeah.
He's not wrong.
Not remotely.
She's like a warhead with just a nice sprinkle of condescension. And so Pepperjack did exactly what he thought was right, which was stand up for Tilly, and who he's been mentoring for a very long time. Who probably doesn't need to mentor her anymore because she's awesome, and she doesn't need his help anymore. But yeah, Pepperjack's little gray mouse, kind of portly, little chunky mouse, with a white little underbelly coat, and has a wine-colored cloak with fox fur that lines around the outside. And until recently, he had a replacement arm for his missing arm, but that too had to go.
Conflicts have not been kind to you.
No, conflicts have not been kind. They
doesn't
are
like it.
rough. They are dangerous, and Pepperjack's always trying to find a way to solve things without conflict. He always seems to get the rough deal.
Well, hopefully, your tender paw can help lessen those blows, especially this session. Noodle, go ahead and give us the rundown on Tilly, if you will.
Oh boy. Tilly is Pepperjack's incredibly short and scruffy and perpetually grumpy young Tenderpaw, whom he has been tasked with training. And there hasn't been much time to do that. They keep getting separated into different patrols. I think this is like the second time they've actually had a mission together. But yeah, there's been a lot of excitement, specifically involving Tilly's grandmother, Biddy Antherd, who is quite a character.
That's what
Yeah.
I think. That is legit what I think about her.
Yeah,
That
you
is-
describe her as a warhead. For Tilly, it's more like a nice, refreshing drink of carbonic acid. She doesn't get along with her family. She comes from a long line of ant shepherds, and for reasons she refuses to discuss, ran away from home to join the Mouse Guard, and that is how she ended up in Tapper's Point today. So, shenanigans around with her.
All right. Well, with that said, as I said, Vader, I love you, buddy. We'll get to your character in just a moment. Since you're going to be the newcomer this session, we'll be having you drop in at a titular moment.
Okay.
But yeah, this is Vader, guys. He's really cool, and I think he's the greatest ever.
Hello, everybody. I'm in the background here.
Yay!
Yes, and we'll go ahead and get started. But before we do, I'm just going to tell you guys, I never announced it on Twitter. Oh no!
Oh no!
Oh
Go,
no!
go, go,
I hope
go,
people.
go.
Quick, everybody go to Twitter.
Right? Go to Twitter and shout it to the heavens.
I never told
Spam
people
this
on
link
Twitter.
across your social media accounts.
Oh my gosh. Hold on. I swear I can stream. I swear I'm a streaming.
Multitask for multitask.
Swear I'm a professional streamer.
Yeah, professional streamer.
Yes.
Professional streamer.
But
Right here, everybody. You heard it
A
here
plus
first.
show of the year.
You heard it here first. 10 out of 10. Would stream again.
oh my god. Fuck it. I gotta find a
I
picture.
got it. I got it 4.
I got it. Me. No.
Nope.
Ah! Anyways, what I was gonna say before this was that, hey guys, let's be real right now. I'm wearing this beautiful bow, and if you'd like me to wear more beautiful bows, then you can go ahead and give me $5. And then on top of that. This is so cruel the way I just put it. If you'd like to actually help our little mice here, you can also use some of that money that you put towards this channel to help our players by granting them persona points, fate points, and if you die if they require it. Because gosh darn it, I helped with this special little stream that was for charity called Cast Together. And surprisingly, the bow thing worked really well. So I'm gonna offer it here just for you guys because I got lots of bows here. And
Wow.
gosh darn,
Wow.
if it
Hey,
I know I can put at least 11 bows on this head. So I want to see if you guys can break that limit somehow.
how much did they end up raising for Project Semicolon? I
Project-
never heard the actual.
Yeah, a little while ago, the Cast Together, which was a charity for Project Semicolon, which helps fight mental illness and depression and all that sort of bad stuff, they raised over like $1,000.
I heard it. The last I heard it was like 1,500, but I'm not entirely sure if that's what the.
I think it's like
final-
maybe they raised over 1,100. That's the last time
Oh,
I checked personally, but it was an
Yeah.
absolute blast. And
can someone find that out? Someone in
if-
chat, please.
if you're able to find it out, but for now we're just going to keep going on. Yes, fight Sentient Bow, guys. Sentient Bow must be driven off by those positive bows. In any case, we're gonna get started because we have some mice to do. Tapper's Point is this growing town deep past the scent border within the Wild Country, inside this grove of pine trees. And built into one of the pine trees is Tapper's Point. A morning like this is, I'd say, a little tense for some of you, because a lot of things have been happening. You already had one patrol fight off, or rather drive off, a rather large group of fire ants that had made their home a little ways away. You wanted to disperse them before they found their way to Tapper's Point and drove you guys out. You also heard that there was some dealings with the hares further to the east, so hopefully negotiations with them went well and you'll be able to have rabbit mounts pretty soon. But for Tilly, Pepperjack, and Ellie, you all are approached by the Memo Mouse, the mouse who does all these runner errands for a lot of the Mouse Guard in Tapper's Point. Oh gosh, Seabree. So it's she comes clanking over in her armor and tells all of you guys you're wanted at Guard Captain Arabelle's office.
Oh, right away.
Oh boy, here we go again.
And
It'll be alright.
as all of you start moseying into Guard Captain Arabelle's office, is there anything you'd like to say to each other before you go in, or something like that?
Oh my gosh. Okay, so as you two are walking towards the guard captain's office, you hear the telltale sound of scampering footsteps at high speed, and like before you even see the person coming around the corner, you smell the scent of ammonia, so lovely. And then this little white blur turns the corner, and it's Tilly! Scruffy as ever, and covered in a mysterious white substance that smells really bad. And she runs up to you, and she goes, Pepperjack! Pepperjack, no! Okay, well, not right now. But no, as soon as we're done listening to Captain Arabelle, I need to talk to you. I have to talk to you about the ant thing that happened. Alright? It's important.
Okay.
Hey, I was there too. I mean,
Both of you, especially. Oh my goodness. No, it's too much. I can't say all of it right now. We have.
Okay,
She
slow down.
like. She like sets off towards Captain Arabelle's office before she can start rambling and make everyone late.
I guess we should catch up. Pepperjack's gonna
man,
start
I don't know
early.
where she gets that energy at, but I would love to have some right now.
I need at least a little bit of it.
Alrighty. Well,
I think we all need it.
thank you, Gibbs, for getting this blue bow on my head. There we go. I really appreciate it. And a persona point for Yami.
Oh wait, what?
Yeah, Gibbs got you a persona point and a pretty
Gibbs!
blue bow.
Yay!
Thank you, Gibbs.
Gibbs, you didn't have to.
Thank you, Gibbs.
I went
Oh
ahead with
my
baby
God.
blue, Gibbs. I hope that's fine. I got a lot of blue ones.
Gibbs, I have way too many persona points.
People are starving for persona points.
I know.
Ayami.
That's why I said you should give
You
it
better
to
clean
someone
your plate.
else.
So,
I have 12.
oh no. So here's what happened. You guys enter Guard Captain Arabelle's office. It's been a while since some of you have seen or been inside here because you know that Guard Captain Arabelle hasn't really taken a lot of the duties of handing out missions and forming patrols and stuff. That has gone to Patrol Leader Quincy. Guard Captain Arabelle stands at the far side of her office, scanning over a map. And this map is incredibly detailed. But she looks up and gestures to the seats in front of her. She's seems stoic as ever, says, "Please sit down."
Of course. Pepperjack goes ahead and sits down, kind of wiggles into the chair. Okay, come on. There we go.
Ellie's gonna take a seat next to him. Also for Gibbs says she wants to give the persona point to Vader instead.
Oh, you. Oh, okay. Vader, you get a persona point instead.
We'll explain what those are, Vader.
Oh,
Yeah.
Vader's.
He knows. He's a veteran of this
Okay.
system.
Oh my goodness.
I played this years and years ago.
Okay. So Tilly kind of shifts her sopping, wet, white splattered, undyed Tenderpaw's cloak and wiggles into a seat, trying not to get any of the smelly white substance onto it.
I just kind of whisper over to Tilly, "What is that?"
Yeah, it smells horrible.
It's the crows. We had a bit of a discussion.
Oh
Oh.
jeez, not again.
Again, indeed.
You really need to clean yourself up before you come here. How guys gonna notice?
Sorry, there wasn't time!
Guards mice.
Shush. Hi.
Hi.
I have a mission that I need the three of you to do. It is directing you back towards territories. I'm sending you to Wolf Point. And she points on the map down to this town that you know as Wolf Point, which is... It used to be the farthest town east before you hit the scent border. Tapper's Point is going to be hopefully taking that reputation away from them. And Guard Captain Arabelle, after she's done leering at Tilly, continues saying, "I'm taking some action to get the scent border moved. Now that Patrol Leader Quincy has done fabulous work in expanding much of the infrastructure of Tapper's Point, we're going to begin making sure that mice can get here safely. And one thing that is going to convince mice to make their way here is an extended border. You'll be meeting with a guards mouse who has a container of the scent border mixture. This is a modified mixture, and the container is very fragile. Please take care."
Well, We'll try.
Alright.
Do our best.
Can't guarantee anything, but we'll definitely try.
There's also going to be some mice in Wolf Point who will be moving here at some point. Please put in a good word for the guard. And
Aren't there a lot of mice around here that are moving in Tapper's Point?
there are, but I doubt they'll want to move in when our scrappy tenderpaws run around covered in crow feces.
I promise I'll change it before we leave.
She'll be
Would you-
cleaned up.
Please
Yeah,
do
like,
so,
kind of like leans
Pepperjack.
in.
I promise.
And then she adjusts her white cloak and says, "Is there any questions?"
Now, Blaze is also from Wolf Point, correct? Would it be alright to, question him a little bit further about just maybe the ins and outs?
Could he potentially come with us?
I'm afraid Blaze is on duty. Perhaps
But
you could
he-
ask him questions after you get prepared as you start to head out, but this is a vital component of ensuring Tapper's Point is...
Gotcha.
So you're saying he can't come with us?
He cannot come with you. First of all, he is under my orders, actually. So, fortunately, I will allow you to perhaps make steady talk with him. But please understand, it's Blaze. He's certainly
I
an
was just
honest...
thinking-
He's certainly an honest and trustworthy mouse, but I would not give him too much credit.
You'd be surprised. You just give him a chance. Who knows? Maybe if the fact that, that he hasn't actually had a chance to show his true potential.
You really haven't heard what happened when we got here, did you?
Was I supposed to?
No.
Actually.
We've been through a lot lately, so I'm not sure if we've heard a lot.
Well, regardless, talk with him if you like, but you're on a mission now, alright?
Yes,
Yeah.
guard captain.
Again, there are mice moving in here. Make a good impression. And ensure
Always.
that scent border is laid. And she sort of opens her drawer and hands a little map to you, Pepperjack. It has a direction on where and how it should be sort of layered beyond,
Gotcha.
like, the new scent border, how it's supposed to be layered.
Yeah, he takes a quick look at it,
Mhm.
trying to memorize it.
Would Ellie
Yes.
be able to recognize that?
I suppose you would, yeah. It's pretty obvious what the intent is.
because I feel like she would know like the scientific components of it. So
But that's your mission.
I guess we better write that in.
Thank you.
All right. So what do you want to do now? Before I
Tilly
give
washes
you,
off.
before I give
Well,
you
hold
this.
on.
Oh yeah.
Should we write down goals?
Goals!
I think it's acceptable if you want to write your goal down now.
No, I
Yes,
mean,
because otherwise we will forget.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah. Well, I mean, Ellie's goal is. Honestly, Ellie's goal is always going to be to protect Pepperjack. Wow, that's a tongue twister. Protect Pepperjack at all costs. But she's also going to make sure that the scent border. Are we bringing the scent border back? Is that?
It's being extended further past Tapper's Point.
So what is the jar for?
That's the scent border chemical. You guys
Okay,
are laying
so-
the
and
scent
then-
border.
Oh, okay. So her goal is to make sure that the scent border is laying correctly, I guess.
Yes.
As soon as we leave the office, I will give the scent border laying
Map.
the second to no, I got
the map.
I can hold on to the map. Just no, the actual canister. I'll give to Ellie.
Oh yeah,
What?
you have to go to Wolf Point to get the canister.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's
Oh, the
not
canister's
here.
Like
over there.
that's
Okay.
that's not small. That's gonna be big.
Yeah.
That's a big thing. Okay. All right. So
She also does say that the guard mouse's name is Jasper, and just says you'll be meeting him in Wolf Point.
Okay.
All right. No, shouldn't be a problem.
All right, are you guys ready to? This is gonna be a Pathfinder check, but what do you want to do now? Because I know you wanted to talk to Blaze, but
Yeah, actually, swing by and talk to Blaze, and just be like, "Hey, buddy, how's it going?"
oh well,
God,
hi. And he just yawns really big, and he says, "Well, hey there, you guys leaving Tapper's Point?"
Yeah, we're actually going to be heading to your hometown.
Oh my goodness, you're going to Wolf Point? That's just great.
Yep.
Well, gosh, what are you doing there?
We have to basically just bring back somebody with something, I guess.
That sounds like Mouse Guard business, yeah.
Yeah.
He's sort of. That's a very weird thing for him to say, I guess, because he's wearing a Mouse Guard cloak like you guys. This very yellow sort of thing, but yeah, this is Blaze. He stands guard here pretty much 24/7, but he just continues and said, "Well, gosh, say hi to everybody for me, I guess."
Is there anybody like in particular that we could talk to when we get over there? Just to kind of like spread the word, I guess.
Gosh, I mean, yeah, you can sort of talk to the wardens. They're the guys who are like, they're kind of like the guards mice, but they're not. They're Wolf Point mice, really strong, and the chief warden. You could talk to him.
The chief warden. Okay.
Yeah.
Awesome.
He's sort of the one in charge.
Okay.
I don't
do
know what his name is because me and my sis kind of ran away right when he died.
Oh goodness. So what ended up happening when you guys first got here?
That's really a sad story. So we were growing up, and then while we were growing up, this big fox sort of ran over the scent border because it was right in the middle of winter and sort of dug us out and started munching on people. And then we ran away. We lived in Rustleaf.
Jeez.
So at this point, like, Ellie is just like staring at him like wide-eyed, and like she's like trembling with like fear because she's having she's having flashbacks of the fox that they just fought. And she is like not okay with this.
Oh yeah,
like,
that was the worst part of my life. Like I was just cooking like s'mores with my sis, and then its head just literally broke through the roof.
Yeah, like she's just sitting there like shaking.
What makes this worse is that you were cooking s'mores and they're so delicious.
I know.
You didn't get a chance to enjoy them.
Yeah. And Restleaf sort of changed us. I went to go join the guard after that because, well, I don't want people to wake up to foxes munching on your folks. She, I don't know what happened to her. We sort of had a big argument, and she did her own thing, I guess.
Alrighty. Alright, well, Blaze, take care of yourself, and try and stay away from Granny Antherd.
Oh, that woman, yeah. She's possessed, I think. You guys stay safe, alright? Thanks for coming to Tapper's Point!
Alright, buddy. And I tap him on his shoulder.
He sort of gives you like a wave of his halberd.
I figure at this point, a newly cleaned up Tilly finally catches up with them.
That voice, though.
Hey, there you go, Tilly.
Every time.
Oh, sorry, we're talking over Ayami.
I go, hey, welcome, Tilly. You look great.
I'm sorry. I was tempted to leave some of the white stuff on there, and she like puffs her chest out in an imitation of Guard Captain Arabelle's stance. She goes, I was tempted to leave the white stuff on there, and then I could do the Marchy walk impression, and it'd be like, oh, guess who I am? I'm Guard Captain Arabelle. I can get you everything.
I know. She can be a stick in the mud.
So you had something to talk to us about?
Yes. I guess I can tell you why we're on the road, but let's get started first. And she's like giving an awkward glance back toward the toward Tapper's point, as though the eye of Captain Arabelle will see them loitering.
She's just in the window, just looking down.
It's like
Yeah.
you're in Mordor, and the eye of Sauron just
The
swivels
flaming
towards you.
eye atop the Black
Eye of
Tower.
Sauron. It's Eagle.
So I'm gonna need a Pathfinder obstacle 3, if you will.
I have a Pathfinder 3. I don't know if anybody else does, but
I can assist with Scout or Pathfinder.
I mean, you're muted.
Oh.
Try again.
I can assist with either as well, Scout or Pathfinder.
So that's is that 5? Yeah, that's 5. Vader, do you have anything?
Vader can't help. He's not even here.
It's not here. It's just
Look, it's been a long day. Okay, leave me alone.
From,
My brain is
Across the
fried.
map.
from all the way from Wolf Point, you hear
It
this.
just magically shows up. Oh, hey, here you go.
this
You hear
way.
Jasper chanting in some ancient Tolkien language.
He's just floating like a ghost. Come.
Meh.
So yes, give me that Pathfinder roll.
Well, you got a lot of
Okay, give me
persona
a sec.
points.
Right? But really, though.
Nope, some of those.
But really, though. Oh, hold on a second. I forgot to bring up the thing. Okay, so it's 5 I have.
Any
Yeah.
traits you want to use?
I don't really think I have any traits to use. Hold on, let me check my character sheet. I have. That would work. I mean, no, I'm good.
Okay.
I will spend a persona point to add an extra dice though. If that's okay with you.
It is.
4.
All right. Whenever you're ready.
4, you're muted.
Ooh, whenever you're ready, give that a roll.
Is it okay if I spend a persona point?
Yes.
Okay, so that gives me 6. Here we go. Heck yeah.
Well done. 4 successes. You guys are going to be
Alright, I
able to
need to
make your
check
way
that.
all the way over there. But before you do, we're going to go a little further ahead of you. Vader, go ahead and tell us a little bit about Jasper and what he looks like and what his belief is.
Well, Jasper is a sandy brown mouse. He comes from Sandmason, helps him blend in. He's very, very mild-mannered, very quiet. He joined the guard to, get out of Sandmason. He didn't like it very much there for personal reasons. He's very averse to conflict. He tries to avoid it whenever he can, which that doesn't always work when you're in the mouse guard, but that's how it is. And he's an optometrist. He examines people's eyes and he makes them glasses for their special eyes. He makes them himself.
Look with your special eyes. My brand!
Barbara! Sorry. Anyways,
I had to, I'm sorry. I had to. I'm sorry.
Jasper, I'd like us to go back a bit and go to Lockhaven a few days before you arrived in Wolf Point.
Oh me, oh my.
You receive a memo to meet the matriarch. It is summer, by the way. And this is a very odd request because you're a guard mouse, particularly one who, I guess, doesn't try to stand out in some cases.
No, he does not. He tries to sort of blend in the background and let others take the spotlight.
Looks like it failed. Yes, you have received the attention of the matriarch herself, and she invites you into the office warmly on a crisp summer morning. And Gwendolyn is this blonde fur mouse with a turquoise cloak, and the state of her office is rather... It's cluttered, but she somehow is able to make sense of it, just because of the amount of patrols that are out in the territories right now and everything like that. And she just sort of gestures to one of the seats in front of the large map of the territories on her desk and says, "Jasper, good to see you. Go ahead and have a seat if you will."
Jasper sort of nods and sort of meekly makes his way and sits down in the chair.
Well then, how's the guard suiting you? It's gracious. It's been a while since you were a Tenderpaw.
Yes, the guard has been treating me very well, thank you, Matriarch.
Well, I'm proud to hear that. Particularly because I have a very important mission for you. As I understand it, you came from Sandbasin, yes?
Yes, Matriarch, that's correct.
I see. Well, I'd like your expertise in that case. We've recently received a new concoction of the Scent Border mixture. Unfortunately, it's a bit more potent than usual, and as such, we need new containers. Thankfully, some of the mice in Sandmason, I believe your own family actually helped with production of this, have made a special container for it. However, we're going to test it out with some of the patrols from Tapper's Point. I'm afraid, if you can, I'd like you to head the application of the scent mixture, if you will. Just sort of supervise to ensure that it's being handled correctly. Do you think you could do that?
I could, but are you certain I'm the mouse for this, Matriarch? Beyond the scent borders, well, it's a very dangerous place. I would prefer not to.
Well, understandable. And I don't blame you for having some apprehension. Thankfully, the mice of Tapper's Point have lived there since spring, and longer so, if you count the years that it was an outpost. I've sent some of my best mice over there, and I've heard very good things. So I think you'll be in safe hands. As I understand it, I'll be recommending Pepperjack to be the patrol leader in this instance. So you'll be reporting to him, but otherwise, I think this will be good for you. I feel like some time, perhaps, outside the territories, in a town full of opportunities, will be good for you, I believe. And if you still don't feel it's suitable for you, simply write a report to me and I'll make sure you find your way back.
Jasper has like a very forced smile.
But she says, but I do expect you to complete this mission. This is very important. Especially for the mice of Tapper's Point. And for the territories.
I will do as you ask, Matriarch, of course.
Excellent. Well, do you want some dandelion tea before you go? She's been, brewing this gigantic pot of it off to the side.
Yes, please, thank you.
Excellent.
And, he really needs to steady his nerves before he heads out.
So, I think we'll go ahead and skip ahead. I don't think I'll require a roll because this path has been trailblazed quite a lot this season, so you'd be able to make it there just fine. Wolf Point is a very rustic place. By the time you arrive, you understand that Sandmason has already made the delivery of we'll call it the cask, as well as filled it with the scent border mixture. But arriving in Wolf Point is a little tense because the mice here are very large, and they're very brash and blunt. They live underneath this thorn bush, and you, as you enter, sort of are able to sort of get your own quarters because the matriarch has made these. She's certainly prepared ahead of time, knowing you're the mouse who likes to stay in the background. But go ahead and give me Actually, I think what I'm gonna do is, if you want, you can go ahead and give me a glazier check to appraise this cask really quick. Because
Oh gosh.
as you're going to,
Is
as you,
something wrong with it?
that's sort of what's gonna happen. Yeah.
Oh my.
You're going to be able to appraise it. So go ahead and just give me an obstacle 2 glazier check. Because the cask actually has a glass interior, while the rest of it is sort of covered in this wooden contraption to keep it from sort of slopping about.
Alright, let me see if I have anything to help out with this.
Oh, and by the way, we do have a dice roll that you can copy and paste. I just made it show it to the players. That /R d6, you just put how many d6 you're rolling in front of that.
I don't think I have anything to really help out this roll.
That's fine.
Although, no, that's fine. I'll wing it.
Alrighty.
I'll wing it with this very important
That's
cast.
never. I was gonna say that's never a good thing.
It's gonna happen.
I believe in you.
As if they hand it to him. This is very important. Now be careful. Of course. Ooh!
Just slips through his hands. Slips through his paws, rather.
Oh, you would never hear the end of it from Ellie. Let me tell you.
Oh no. Yes, my background does have bows on it. We have on the horses right here.
Oh my goodness.
Oh my.
Wow.
Oh my goodness!
What's your wises?
Oh God.
I have trades mouse wise.
Trades mouse
That's not
wise.
glass.
So there's a new rule in 2nd edition Vader where you can use wises as helping dice for yourself, or you can spend a fate point to re-roll one failed dice if the wise is appropriate for the roll, and a persona point will re-roll all failures. Do you want to use either of those? Actually, if trades mouse wise sort of fits into this, I don't know if it will though. Actually, so you know what I think I might just do? I just might put you as hungry and thirsty as a condition.
Okay. I'm fine, I guess.
Yeah, you're a little parched from the trip is all, and that sort of thing.
I mean, maybe could trades wise maybe like the transporting of goods.
In a sense,
Well, it's trades mouse wise.
Trades
It has to do
mouse.
with the people.
Gotcha.
But what we'll do now is just sort of when you arrive, you are sort of brought to where the cask is being held, and it's very big. It's about the size of a mouse, maybe a little bit bigger. And you see that inside of this barrel is a glass container that has like a nozzle on the end of it. And what you would do is basically you would have 2 mice carry it from both ends. There's little like handles for it. And a 3rd mouse would sort of operate the nozzle just to make sure that the appropriate amount of scent mixture is sort of poured out. You get the idea that it is structurally sound, and to your interest, it looks as though it is carrying the trademark of your family.
Good game, everybody.
Good.
Everybody did a good job.
I mean, I kind of give the trademark sort of the leery eye, but
Oh, gracious.
it's good. It's good.
Alrighty, so, Tilly, you get a persona point, I believe.
Ah,
Thank you.
Yep,
Gibbs!
thanks to Gibbs. Just making all these
Gibbs!
bows come on.
Thank
Yay,
you,
thank-
kids.
You guys will be coming into Wolf's Point. You come down into Wolf's Point. It's underground. And it's not as bad as like they just dug in the dirt and that's it. They have sort of smoothened these tunnels. They've made something like streets, but it's not a very big community. And as you ask around, you're able to sort of get the idea of where this guard mouse is staying. Vader, Jasper is staying inside this tavern that's clearly meant for outsiders. Your room is rather small and uncomfortable. The cask is being kept in a stable nearby, and from there, you guys would be able to request his presence and meet up with him. The tavern keeper is this really, really heavy-set mouse who clearly runs a tight shift at the tavern, and there seems to be a lot of rough-going mice here as well.
Yeah, by the way, for it was Abby, it wasn't Gibbs.
Oh no, Abby, I'm sorry!
Abby! Thank you, Abby!
Abby,
Thank you, Abby.
I love how we automatically assume it's Gibbs.
I just no. It's just I'm trying to set the scene, and I'm also trying to look at the notifications, and then I have to put a bow on. Ah. But Abigator, what color bow?
So much to do.
Sentient bow!
Oh.
Sentient bow!
Do you want me to put on the sentient bow?
Sentient bow!
No.
Okay.
Why?
You know what?
We need friendly bow. We need
Choose
friendly
the
bow.
bow.
Find the friendly
Or she
bow.
says choose the bow.
I'll put on Blaze's bow.
Oh, Blaze has a bow?
Blaze
Oh,
is
that's awesome!
Yeah, Blaze has a yellow color. So we'll put on Blaze's bow.
Now she wants sentient bow.
Okay, no. She said choose the bow.
You're-
Except the sentient bow. We are
Oh,
not
okay.
choosing
Do not
sentient
choose sentient
Dude,
bow.
but
Okay,
she says
good.
now sentient bow.
No! You can't tear it. No. Anyways, Vader, you see Jasper, you see 3 patrol mice enter, sort of hanging around. I guess Pepperjack. What do you do?
I guess let's look around and eventually just start asking around and be like, hey, excuse me, looking for someone named Jasper? Do you know anybody by that name around?
Yeah, he's a quiet kid. Came in actually last night. He came in at a good time. Let me go get him.
Jasper,
Great,
there
thanks.
is. You hear this heavy footstep and just this like bam, 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 bam on your door. Like,
Wake up! There's some guards mice asking for you.
Jasper just leaps up out of his bed. He's, oh my. Oh, thank you. He rushes over the door. He opens it. Hello?
they're downstairs! He yells at you.
Oh
Just points.
Just saying, and if they're not buying anything, I'm not coming back up to get you.
Jasper sort of cringes into himself. He's like, oh, thank you. Thank you.
no! Oh.
And then he just stomps down back to his bar. Pepperjack, you see this small little sandy mouse come down the stairs.
Oh, hello, Jasper?
Oh, yes, that's me. Are you the patrol who came to pick me up?
We are. Pepperjack.
Oh, it's so
Over there
good
is
to meet you.
Tilly.
Hello, everyone.
And Tilly.
I'm Tilly. My name is Tilly.
That's Tilly.
Tilly
Hello,
looks
Tilly.
super awkward. She just stares kind of awkwardly at you because she doesn't know how social works.
You see Pepperjack just kind of looks over at her and is kind of like motioning for her to stand up a little straight, you know?
She does not get the signal.
No. Pepperjack just looks over, he's like, no, okay.
Jasper sort of notices Tilly's spectacles and he sort of gives them an appraising look. He smiles.
Tilly gives him the squinty eye because she has no idea why he's like staring at her face.
I go, okay, so we're here to basically get you and get that scent border mixture.
Oh, yes, the cask. the cask with the liquid. It's over in the stables. I'll lead you to it.
All right.
And Jasper sort of takes off and sort of leads the way.
So what's the deal with how fragile it is? Tilly says this as she's like scampering after him.
Yeah,
How
like we're following.
big is it? Like,
Yeah. Can I carry it?
Oh, it's very substantial. No single mouse could carry it, unfortunately. It's held in a glass container, made from the finest craftsmanship, of course. It has to be made of glass to not react with the chemicals inside, you see.
Can you get
Glass
to
is
the
very
point?
good for that.
okay.
You're gonna say something?
So it's quite big.
It is
Oh,
very large, unfortunately. But
Why
we-
is it so
we should
big?
transport it.
It's a lot of the stuff, I think.
Yeah, there's
We're gonna
a lot of the liquid.
All right.
Yeah, Pepperjack, I'm guessing you've been on a Scent Border chemical trail mission once or twice. Usually
Haven't I
with
been on one as well?
maybe not, because you are pretty young and you're a guards mouse, so you haven't been in the guard as long as Pepperjack.
Okay.
In your previous experience, the chemical used to be sort of like they would just put in a barrel and they would just sort of like, you know, it would just sort of like slop along the ground. With this new mixture, you're guessing the only reason it would be in a glass container is that it would probably eat through the wood over time.
So probably really acidic.
Yeah, but that means that the scent border might be a lot stronger this time around.
Okay. So we got to be really careful with this.
Would I be able to know like the scientific components of it or no? Like what it's
I'd
made
say
of?
that could be a check, possibly, but you'd have to actually get your hands on it.
Okay.
All right. Well, yeah. I mean, I want to probably build something to protect it, but yeah, we got to see what we're dealing with here. So.
Well, the glass container is encased in protection already. It's just the interior is made of glass.
What kind
Yeah.
of protection?
What kind of protection was it again for?
It's,
Or was
it's
it like,
really just kind of like a barrel almost, like this sort of like oddly shaped barrel to sort of go around the glass.
Okay. So barrel. Barrel's made
Well,
of wood.
first rule of handling barrels is don't touch anything that's in the barrel, and the second rule of handling barrels is making sure they don't move around at all. So maybe we could just strap it down to something?
I could probably do something about that.
But the way they've set it
He's a
up is that
carpenter.
it's already braced inside. It's already been braced against the barrel, so it's not gonna like the glass isn't gonna bang around. But you expect if it takes a big tumble, who knows?
Yeah. So
So maybe
Yeah,
you could secure the barrel somehow.
yeah, Pepperjack's gonna want to probably build like some kind of like reinforcement to this, because it's really important for him to get this
Yeah.
back.
Too much protection is definitely better than not enough.
Exactly.
Got a point.
So let's just see how big it is, and yeah, lead the way, Jasper.
Is there some way that I can like look at it, like, or like, you know, like look at the glass and maybe touch it or something? Because I want to see if I know how or what's in it.
Maybe
So-
when we're laying it down. Right
So-
now, it would probably be dangerous.
Yeah, so what I'll go ahead and tell you guys is Jasper's going to take you to where it's stored in the stables, which is where some of the Wolf Point mice keep their mounts. There are some geckos in here. I'll be completely honest. There's
I like it.
a larger lizard or two. There is also a few birds who are a little stir crazy. And you also see there's a big spider in one corner. But thankfully, all the stables are like completely covered. None of these guys can get out, but some of the geckos are like now hanging on the sides of the walls, like looking at you guys.
As long as the spider doesn't go anywhere, I'm good.
Jasper, it is in the nearest stall. This is really the only place they could like sort of keep it secure and also have room to keep it. All the expenses, room and board for you and for the cask have been paid by the guard. Now that these guys are here, you'll be heading out. It is a big container. Like mice are about this big, let's say. The barrel's about your big.
Oh, okay.
So it's about 2 mice big, almost as wide, and it's sort of it's got like it's like tied up underneath it are 2 sticks, like 2 big like cart handles. So it would take 1 mouse in the front, 1 mouse in the back, and then there's a big nozzle stuck right underneath it that another mouse can sort of like adjust the flow of the chemicals inside to sort of dribble out.
So is this like on wheels, or what is?
It is not. It is not
so
actually.
2 people carry it.
Yeah, 2 people would carry it.
Would Ellie by chance have some sort of like beaker container on her?
I would assume so. Yeah.
Could she potentially take some of this mixture and pour it into this glass?
Sure. Go ahead.
Beaker?
So
Yeah.
Ellie, you sort of get down, and you also see that it can also be sort of like set to a stand mode, where it has these little like latches that can like come down and like be propped up, so it can like you can take a break and you won't have to worry about it like falling over or something like that.
Be careful not to get any on yourself. It's very caustic.
You sort of.
I know what I'm doing. I'm a science mouse.
You will be very smelly afterward.
You'll be a walking scent border. You sort of get underneath, and you sort of get a little bit, and immediately you get the potent whiff of this stuff. It is like
oh
yeah,
oh
man,
that smells.
it is like some minty gum that has been sort of melted down with a green Jolly Rancher, a whole bag of those, along with possibly the rottenest eggs you have ever smelled.
Tilly gagged.
The whole
Would I know?
stable.
Would I know any of the components like that?
Give me a scientist check. It's going to be obstacle 5.
What is my scientist? Is the next question. Crap, my scientist is a 2.
Could I help with Glazier to see what could possibly be so caustic as to require a glass container?
I don't.
Absolutely.
Well, my thing's only a 2, so.
Well, if you really want to make the check,
I mean, you can make the check and fail.
I don't. Yeah.
Failures help you.
I know.
Well, then I'm not.
I'm just afraid I'm gonna get it on me. You know what? I'm gonna hold off on that.
Are you sure? Oh, that's fine.
Yeah.
All
I
right.
mean, it's not really that big of a deal. She doesn't know what's in it. It's just as long as it's potent enough,
It smells like it.
Why on earth has no one thought to weaponize this nonsense?
What do you do with the beaker that you now have? There doesn't seem to be a way to pour this back inside.
Does she have a stopper for it?
I would assume so, because, you probably...
She's gonna
Probably,
stop
yeah.
it up and carry it on her person.
Alright, so make sure you add that to your gear, okay?
Yeah, working on it.
Alright, you guys have your mission. Vader, if you haven't written down a goal for what's going to happen next, you could do it now. The rest of you can revise your goals if you want to. I'm going to need a couple checks. I'm going to need a scout check to traverse the wild country, and I'm also going to need a scientist check to apply the scent border. And a laborer check in order to either a laborer or a health check for the 2 mice who are going to be carrying this thing.
Well, I have scientists, so I could probably do that. But my problem is I have pretty high health.
Yeah, by the way, I need you guys to divvy out these details. I need 1 mouse to do scout. I need 1 mouse
Does
to do
anybody have
scientist.
scientists?
I scout, so
Does anybody have scientists?
I do not have scientists.
Do you have scientists, Vader?
No.
It's up to
Alright
you.
then. Guess it's me.
As our
Cool.
junior scientist, you must do this.
I know, but I only have 2 scientists. That's the problem.
you got a lot of persona points, so
I
We
know.
believe.
I know.
about time to use them.
Yeah. All right. What's the obstacle for the scientist?
Obstacle 3.
All right. What about the scout check? What am I
Okay,
looking
so I have a
for?
2. I'm
Scout
gonna
check
use...
is a versus check. I won't tell you.
First.
Yeah.
Hold on.
Gotcha.
I'm gonna go and do mine. I'm gonna spend 2 fate points.
Does
So
Alright,
that
anybody
gives
so-
say
me...
labor?
Persona points, you mean?
Yeah. That gives me 4 dice. Does anybody want to help me on this roll?
I would love to, but I have no idea what I could actually help with.
Do you have any choice?
Yeah, let me
Well, I
check.
guess...
Because scientist is not an easy skill to help with if you don't have scientist.
I know. I
Yeah.
know.
So is the scientist check to sort of like apply the
Yeah.
stuff?
Yeah, Vader, I'd allow Glacier if you want.
I'm just thinking of how I would help with that.
Same here. I mean, technically,
What is glazier? What is that?
Glazier is
Glass
to
making.
do with the glass making. Just anything regarding glass.
Maybe
Maybe you can
like
help me.
some
Maybe you
kind of a
know
glass
how.
funnel.
The chat
Yeah.
is telling me laborer. Can I help with laborer?
I mean, if you
She could help me hold it while I'm applying it.
I guess, yeah.
Small Tilly lifts large barrel.
So that's 5. Okay. I was thinking that maybe he would like know how to how the glass works. No, that'd be stretching it.
I mean, it's a glass container. Everybody knows how those work. I mean, I'm just like throwing out ideas. It's kind of up to you guys
I know,
to look at
I
your
know.
skills and say.
Maybe
sort of
something like the use of a funnel, maybe like some kind of a glass funnel.
To like get it to go where we want it to go.
Ooh, to sort of like to make sure it doesn't like all just gush out.
Yeah,
Yeah, just kind of like some
and to
kind
make
of
sure
a
it
funnel.
doesn't get on me and it gets on the ground instead.
I mean, that's up to Vader.
What was the suggestion? I missed it.
Make the glass funnel to help
So
with
that-
pouring the thing.
Yeah, so that it doesn't get on me; it just gets on the ground.
Well, if Wolf Point has the facilities to enable me to do so, if they have a furnace somewhere nearby,
Totally, yeah.
well, I could do that.
Beautiful. That's
Sure.
6 dice.
So before you guys leave, you all sort of gather together and sort of figure out how you're going to do this. Ellie, you're sort of leading the operations and saying, if only I had something to sort of like stopper the flow, to sort of like help it like dribble out a lot slower.
Yeah.
And
Can I go ahead and make the roll?
if you feel confident, because
I do feel confident,
how
actually.
how many dice do you have?
I have 6.
Okay. So once Jasper, you sort of spend a few moments before you guys leave to make this, the thing you make, and it's gonna, give the helping dice. So you can roll whenever you're ready. Obstacle 3. Do you want to use a trait or anything like that?
Yeah. Can I use? Hold on. Can I use rational? It's kind of like it was rational, like she's basically thinking of all these ideas. She's being irrational and figuring out, hey, this is a smart idea of it not getting on me.
Yeah.
Or like she's approaching laying it down in a very methodical manner. Yeah.
Yeah. Like it needs to go like right here, and
I could totally dig that. Totally.
Okay, so that's 7. Use that. I think I'm good.
All right, roll.
Hey.
I can explode the 6.
You got 3 successes, so you
Yeah.
don't have to spend that fate point, but
Yeah.
we're going to go ahead and conclude. You guys are going to be able to lay the scent border down successfully, but we
Yeah.
have to do the other rolls now. I need 2 mice to do a laborer or health check, and then I need a scout check as well.
I can't do the health check.
I can do laborer or health. Either way.
If you have a high health,
It's
that's
strong.
what you want. I only have a 3 health. Pepperjack's been hurt pretty bad.
I've got a health 6, so
But
I'll
I can,
roll that.
I can
Jesus.
scout. Jeez, Tilly. She's so strong.
Good
Young and
God.
spry.
Yeah.
So,
God.
Pepperjack
Jasper-
is
Jasper
going to
will-
scout for sure.
Yeah, Jasper will gladly help Tilly, the She-Hulk mouse, lift the container. He has 5.
Yes.
Okay. That'll work.
All right.
So each of us pick this roll?
Yeah, it's gonna be obstacle 3 because this is a heavy thing. Let me actually check. I
kind of want to explode
no.
that 6 just to see what happens.
I think it's gonna be obstacle 2 actually, just because. Because this is like a heavy. Actually, no, because it's summer. That means the sun is
even
bearing.
worse.
Yeah, the sun is bearing down on you guys. So yeah, obstacle 3.
Okay, disregard that roll.
Or do we like help?
Sorry.
I don't think you can get help from this, except from the other mouse. So I'd say you can only get 1 helping dice from the other mouse carrying the barrel.
Oh, so me and Tilly can help each other.
Exactly.
Good.
Okay. Cool. So that's 7 dice on my end.
I got 6.
Yeah, disregard that last roll because I wanted to see where the 6 went. I was curious.
I'm tempted to, because I'm rolling a lot of dice. I'm tempted to hinder myself with a trait and get us some checks for the player's turn.
You could do that.
Nice.
Let's
That's
see.
a good idea.
What trait do you use against yourself?
You know what? Curious seems to be the trait that always gets her in trouble. So I think I'll do that again. She gets distracted by all these cool little plants and stuff, or like little bugs that are crawling around her feet as she's like hunched over carrying this barrel, and she's like, "Oh, it's a millipede."
Do you think you'd be curious about Pepperjack's recent encounter with Biddy?
Yeah, in fact, at some point, probably during the player's turn, I want to go back in time, like while they were on the road coming up to Wolf Point, to just cover that conversation again, because I think there's some information that needs to be conveyed.
Oh, that'll be good.
Okay, so I use that against myself. That brings me back down to 6. I'm gonna roll 3 success arrows.
And 2 6s if you needed to explode it.
Tilly, your muscles are so big.
Tilly is strong, like mighty lion.
Tilly is also Russian now,
swole.
apparently.
So swole.
Jasper, please don't feel inferior.
Soviet Russia,
Oh.
mousetrap you.
Tilly is the
so-
Arnold Schwarzenegger of the
Pepperjack's
mouse
just
world.
looking at Tilly, admiring.
Yeah, no, Tilly is the Arnold Schwarzenegger of the mice world.
Alright, so I'm gonna go ahead and do my health roll now. I'm gonna add 1 persona point, the one that was gifted to me so kindly.
Oh.
Good job!
And I am also going to use a trait against myself. I'm going to use my generous trait, as I try to shoulder more of the burden than maybe I should.
Oh
So-
no!
It's like, I got this, Tilly. You don't have to...
Oh no!
I'm a man.
Oh, and you
I
get
got
helping
this.
dice from Tilly too.
Yeah, so I have 6 dice total as well.
Oh, nice.
RD6. Wait, no. 6d6. Alright, let's try this. Hey!
Wow!
Holy Jesus,
Oh,
bro! And he had 2 6s to boot.
Jasper is just
Hold on.
too kind. He's like, I got it. I got it, Tilly!
Dude, you're hulking out over there too. Like, dang.
Tilly's got like 1 arm on it. Like,
Dude, they're both
Hold
Arnold.
on, You're older than me. Why are you trying to do more of this?
Yeah, they're both the Arnold Schwarzeneggers of the nice world.
The two nerds are just carrying the
Nerd
big casket by
rage.
themselves. Their muscles are bulging.
nerd.
Oh no! Oh, poor Jasper has to make up for like the shifting of the barrel every time Tilly gets distracted by a centipede.
Ooh!
Like it starts tipping over, and he just like.
Tilly,
wait,
Tilly,
Jasper.
Tilly!
Jasper, are you in the front or the back?
I think I'm in the back.
Okay, so every time Tilly gets distracted, you just sort of like, whoop, you just tilt it upwards until she gets. I don't know, dude. This is just so.
It just lifts her off the ground until her little feet dangle in the air.
Anyways.
Miss Tilly, please.
Anyways, so we're going to go to that scout check because that is what's really going to make or break these rolls. Vincent, Mr. Pepperjack, you're going to be doing a versus test.
All right, I definitely want to use alert. Yes, he's keeping his eye out.
Help with anything.
And using the actual map that I was given, would I be able to add a dice for that map?
Absolutely, that is very helpful gear.
All right. So I have 7.
I just had a random thought. The snacks that I have, would that cure Vader's hungry and thirsty?
The what?
If I gave him some of those. The snacks that I have in my gear, could I use those to cure hungry and thirsty?
Yes, actually. Do you want to give them to him?
Yeah.
Okay, so during one of your breaks, Vader, Ellie comes up to you and what is the snack?
You guys?
She's gonna give him some berries that she found. So she's gonna, come and she's like, look, you looked a little worn out, so I figured, you could use these. So here, and she kind of like shoves them in his face because she's like all awkward and everything, and
he's like, oh, thank God.
What even was that noise? Oh God! It sounded like you were dying.
I'll also use a persona point.
It sounded like you were dying.
So I got
He's
8.
choking.
Jeez.
I don't know if anybody can help with this one.
Like I said, I was trying to figure out if I had anything to help. I don't think I do.
I mean, I have Pathfinder, but I don't know if that works because we're.
What is it, Scout?
Pathfinder will help, yeah.
I can help with Scout. I have Scout.
Scout can help. Pathfinder can help.
All right, I'll take all the help I can get. Okay, so
this
two
might be a
extras.
bit of a stretch, but Tilly has Old Ways Wise. Could I use that and say, like, oh, she knows to look for, like, signs that have been passed down? It's like, oh, when you see that particular formation of dirt, it means that such and such animal lives around here. Something like that.
or like an old trail.
Yeah, or like a tree that's been marked up.
And I thought labor
With, like,
was a
claw
problem. Old Ways Wise, go ahead.
I've been good.
Yay.
I haven't been using that one.
All right,
Poor hates us
Here
so
we
much
go.
right now. Oh!
and
Hey!
I'll use a fate point to explode those 2 6s.
Yes, let's get as many successes as we can.
Yeah, please. We need all of them.
Because I know my luck. Okay.
At least that was one more.
I was gonna say.
Okay, so 5 total.
Do you want to try to re-roll some of the failures?
Oh!
Oh, never mind.
I'm so
Oh
happy
my
I exploded
God.
those 6s.
Yeah, that was a good
I'm
call.
so happy I did
That
that.
was such a good call. That was such a good call. Holy shit.
Oh, and Brahms donated.
Brahms!
Brahms, you get to restore that persona point that you lost. Brahms, go ahead and tell me if you want a particular bow to be put on today if you want.
Oh,
Sentient
thank you.
bow.
You can say sentient bow, you can say a different color or anything else, even the
No!
lover's bow.
Not sentient bow! Bad things
Pick
happen
a
when
sentient
sentient bow
one.
happens!
Sentient is always on the table, in any case.
No! No, bad things
So,
happen!
Pepperjack, here's what happens. As you guys are sort of moseying along, you are laying down the scent border. You are extending it well past the layer that it is currently at. The scent border is now sort of going to be.
Brahms!
It's going to be going along like this, if you can see on the map.
Oh, let me pull up the map.
And you skirt way over someplace very familiar. This is a long journey, by the way.
Okay.
Okay.
Is it the
So-
Foxborough?
You pass near the Foxborough.
oh boy.
And to your unfortunate, you Pepperjack feel this little curl of like nervous twitch curl
Wait, would Ellie feel this too?
right down your tail. Because man, yep, Ellie would have this too. You are treacherously close, but you sort of direct them to keep out of sight and sort of out of, when you take your breaks, you take them somewhere hidden. But as you do sort of take one of these breaks, you do see in the distance there is an orange flash bounding through the forest. And there's this deep moment of silence.
There's Ellie. It's taking like every ounce of her being not to like freak the fuck out right now.
Yep.
Like
Pepperjack just like grabs her by her mouth, like
yeah, and she's like,
Tilly notices this behavior and is like, what's going on?
Pleasant flower.
Tilly.
Jasper just gormlessly looks around and is like, is something the matter?
I just whisper to both of them. I go, it's the fox. We gotta stay quiet.
No, the same one?
Yeah. The fox.
Oh. Tilly turns to Jasper and goes, keep your voice down. This is crazy. This is the one he lost his arm to.
I just do that, and I just kind of ready my
freaking
axe.
out, by the way.
Oh dear.
I just kind of ready my axe, and just
Yeah,
staying.
and she'll grab her spear, but she's still like, you can tell she's visibly like, she's shaking and like not moving from where she's standing. Like you can tell this is like horrifying to her.
Tilly, like, I don't know if she's still carrying the barrel or what, but if she is, she like shifts it to one shoulder and like reaches out to like pat Ellie on the arm to kind of be like, hey, come back.
And Ellie's like, she kind of like jumps a little bit, but then she's like, and then she looks back at Noodle and kind of like sheepishly smiles, and then she's trying to like ease her nerves, but she's still obviously utterly terrified. So
Tilly holds her hand.
I like, this is very tense. I can't get this bow on.
we're struggling over there during our freaking like heart to heart, Tilly and Ellie here.
There.
Oh yes! Yes!
It's beautiful.
Oh, glorious.
It's beautiful.
Also, I hope I'm not like blasting anyone's ears out by screaming into the mic.
You're fine. You've been fine the
Okay,
whole
good.
time.
Okay, so we have had our tense moment, but thankfully the fox does move past you guys. But you see, moving along very closely behind its trail, albeit a little while later, are about 6 mice. And they move past. They do not notice you as well. They are
Do
moving
we
sort
recognize
of...
these mice?
Unless you were in that mission with the crab apples, no.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
she was.
You do
Yeah.
recognize these mice. These are the mice who serve
Mhm.
this fox. You
She knows better than to say anything.
would recognize a few of them, including the fox. The fox's name is Yurva,
Hmm.
the fox of the Eastern March. And you see that there is the older mouse, Jerry, who sort of leads
That-
them.
That faced off against.
Not the one who faced off. I believe that was Nico, I think.
Oh,
I'd have
okay.
to double check though. But they move past, and Jasper, this in of itself is actually a little bit curious. They're hiding from other mice. That's weird.
That is weird.
I'll explain in a minute.
Yeah. And Ellie goes like, "Shush. No, it's not the time."
They pass without incident.
Okay.
After they pass, I go, alright. So, I'm gonna let y'all know about these mice. They pretty much...
Were they hunting that fox?
No.
No, they worship
No,
it.
they serve her.
They worship it. They're
They-
stupid.
Ellie
Try
turns
to
around
find
and
tasty
well,
treats.
Ellie like shows him the fox fur that's on her cloak, and she goes, This is the fur that came from that fox, the one that took his arm." And she points to Pepperjack.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
It's all right.
Yes, this
I
goes to
live.
the scent border. You'll be finding other families that are bonded to larger animals like that. We do a few back home. Well, back at home. It's common.
So as long as we can quietly set down this scent border, I'm sure it's gonna make her very uncomfortable, and that will make me really happy. So let's try and get this done
And when
quietly.
he's happy, I'm happy.
Alright, so as you guys move along, after this danger is past, you're able to continue the scent border all the way up, well past the Foxburrow, further on past the 2 ponds that are nearby, as well as the Wild Radish Farm, and various other things that have sort of become markers for Tapper's Point, sort of, I wouldn't say property, but landmarks certainly, where the Tapper's Point mice make their home and stuff. After a while, though, you are able to return to Tapper's Point after you reach the sandy coasts of this northern part of the territories. Because you have just extended the scent border past, well, way out, and hopefully added this whole section as the new border of the territories.
Yay!
So what I would like you to do now is return to Tapper's Point. It is the player's turn. What do you guys want to do?
Can we like travel back in time first and cover the
Yeah.
the trip up to Tapper's Point?
Yeah, I kind of skipped past that because I did want to get to Vader's character
Yeah.
as soon as possible, but you can go ahead and do that.
Yeah, I delayed that because I didn't want to put him off too much too. Okay, so as they're on the road to Wolf Point, I guess when they're a safe distance away from the eye of Arabelle flaming above the Black Tower, Tilly turns to both of them and goes, "Alright, so I know that Edda came into the infirmary and she was covered in ant bites and they were nasty things, and I need you to tell me what exactly happened. What kind of ants were you supposed to be dealing with?"
Fire
These were
ants.
Fire ants. Yeah.
Yeah,
Fire ants.
Ellie's gonna pipe up because she's an insectress. She has that background. She's like, yeah, they were bad. I mean, I thought they were right behind us when we ran. And she looks over at Pepperjack and like with this like solemn look, like I'm so sorry look.
Yeah.
Alright,
but-
that's what I'd heard, but I wanted to confirm that because they're not supposed to be here. They don't live in this part of the territories. They don't live in the territories. My family
So-
was only hired to work with them once. They had to
So-
be imported, and they went rogue.
So somebody put them here.
Somebody
Why?
wait.
They must
I'll
have,
lead
because
them
if they'd
into
gone
the
invasive, we would hear about it from here to Pebblebrook. It would be a menace across the territories.
You know
So
what?
someone wanted
Maybe
to sabotage the scent
maybe
border.
these mice that work for this fox may have planted them.
It's entirely
anybody would
possible.
want- If there's anyone who would want us out, it would probably be them.
But
Yeah,
why
that
wouldn't
makes sense.
Grandma Biddy tell us that?
That's my second question. What did she have? And she's like starting to shake a little. What did she have you do with those fire ants?
She had to stick some kind of like, almost like a bomb type of thing inside.
A
It would-
bomb
yeah.
type of thing.
It
What
was
sort of-
it was like a sphere thing, and she said not to touch them, so we put them in with my spear, and I don't know
Jack
what
tries to
exactly
describe
they
it the
did.
best he can.
Yeah,
Then he goes, and it's basically something like that. And then they had to be plunged in to the hill. And
and
as
we
soon
had
as they
to
were,
book it.
yeah. And then that
And,
really
like,
riled
her-
them up.
And like the more you talk, the more Tilly's hackles rise and her eyes kind of widen, and she's
So
like,
what's going on?
"That is repellent. What she gave you sounds like repellent that we use to keep ants out of places they don't belong. You don't put that in a hive. You don't put that in a hive of fire ants. She was trying to kill you.
Yeah, sounds about right.
When you handle fire ants, so back in Spruce Tuck, some crazy scientist people decided, it would be a great idea to import these monsters into the territories to guard our field. No, listen. They imported these things to try and guard a field of something that they were growing. But the ants went rogue because they don't belong here, and so they called in my family and a few of the other shepherd clans to try and deal with it. You know how you deal with a fire ant infestation? You have this white stuff. I don't know what it's called, but you have to import that too, because it's difficult to make and we don't have the materials for it. It's this white powder, and you sprinkle it over as much of the colony as you could possibly throw it at, and then
Is that
you get
what
this.
you were covered with?
No, that was crow poop. But then you take this smelly, clear liquid and you spray that over the powder, and it explodes. And so you run away because the entire colony collapses and kills all of the ants inside it. That is how you deal with fire ants. You don't try to repel them. You will get yourself killed. You'll get swarmed. That's what happened to Ada, isn't it?
It was, yeah.
So,
It
do you
happened
want
to
to
me,
explain
too.
why Grandma Biddy tried to kill us then?
I don't know.
Do you want to ask her? Because that's gonna go so well.
Well,
If she-
I'm also
please,
going to
she's
have
here.
to report this to Guard Captain Arabelle too.
Please. She clearly
We
can't
need
be.
to.
I don't even.
I
This is.
have to at this point with this
Yes.
knowledge. I have to.
Yeah, especially with the fire ants
we
being
can't-
this close to the
we're tr-
border, it's not going to be a good thing.
We're trying to make Tapper's Point grow, and this is definitely not helping.
And this is a question I had ever since she showed up, and I didn't think to ask it out loud at least, but I don't even know what she was doing here. Our family is on the other side of the territories. I don't know what she is doing this far east.
Well, that explains a lot.
Can you send a letter to actually find out to the rest of your family?
If someone else is willing to write it, no one ever taught me how.
I might be
mean,
able to.
I can write it for you, and I can teach you how to write. Don't worry about that.
Please, I'd appreciate it. But yes, I don't know what she's doing here. I wouldn't trust her as far as I could throw her just on principle. But this is this is insane.
All right.
Like the first
As
thing
soon as
you
we
think.
get back, I'll give a full report to.
If I see Grandma Biddy, she's as good as dead. She tried to kill my sister. There's no way I'm letting that mouse live.
Thank you. She tried to
We need
kill my
proof.
mentor. I appreciate the action.
I go, well, we need proof too, so.
Proof or no proof, that mouse is a dead mouse walking.
I can certainly testify. I'd kill her myself if I knew how, but and she holds up her hook and lines like I'm essentially useless in that front.
Maybe,
I got a
you know what?
spear.
Maybe we can do one better and actually get justice instead. And put her out and expose her in front of all of Tapper's Point.
That would be lovely.
She wants to win over everybody. Why not just
Yes.
expose her for what she did?
Yes.
And then we can kill her?
Well, then Guard
Then we
Captain
can kill her.
Arabelle can decide what to do with her, because she's in charge.
That is the guard way, isn't it? Yes.
It is.
Unfortunately.
Yes, I
So.
thought you ought to know about
No,
Well,
that-
yeah, thanks for telling us.
that
I
is
mean-
extremely helpful, Tilly. Thank you.
Yeah, without you, we wouldn't have known that. We wouldn't know what what Biddy's really up to.
I don't know what she's really up to, but I know what she tried to do.
Yeah,
Even if
she
I
tried to
can't
kill
know
my
why.
sister.
Yeah.
That was part of it. I think there was something more sinister behind it.
What could possibly be more sinister than murdering a mouse?
A lot of things.
A lot. I'm thinking she wants to bring down Tapper's Point. For
But
whatever
why?
reason, I don't know yet.
Who is she falling in with?
I don't
Maybe
know.
those fox worshippers.
I don't know how they would have gotten a hold of her. Unless there's something happening on the other end of the territories too, but
Either way, we gotta get this job done and get back to Tapper's Point so we can tell all of, They
But I'll
relay
make
all
sure
this
to-
to Captain.
I'll make sure to
Captain
Tell
Airlock.
the guard captain everything. Thanks, Tilly.
Yes. The sooner we get this done, the sooner we can take care of all that. So let's move. And I guess
Right.
that ends the snack scene.
Snacks
Well,
to
hold on. One more
Nom,
quick
nom, nom.
thing though. Abby's saying the tracks.
There were tracks.
No. The Anthrax.
I
Could
don't know
I
if
as
any.
an Insectress have been able to like?
You guys weren't a part of that mission, I think.
I was
That's different.
Were you?
the Anthrax.
Yes. No, I don't think you were.
Tracks made by ants or tracks made by people around
No,
the
I
ants?
think Elric was with Cedric and stuff, and
Yeah,
they.
this was a different part.
This was a different
okay.
patrol. I guess you guys will have to talk to them.
Yeah.
But from there, let's go ahead back to the present. It is player's turn. What do you guys want to do?
I don't really have anything.
We have... How many extra checks do we have?
You have one extra check, so you have a total of.
No, we
5.
have 2 extra checks.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, because Vader failed his too.
I didn't fail. I
He used one against him.
Yeah.
He used
Wait,
the one against
Pepperjack,
himself.
you was it what?
Yeah, because Tilly and Vader used their traits against themselves. So everybody has 1 check, but we have 2 extra checks that you can use for whatever you want.
Gotcha. So Pepperjack actually wants to, when he gets back, he wants to actually construct something, with the use of his carpentry to try and make like some kind of like wheelbarrow kind of system for this scent border. And so basically we could like prop it on that, and it would require less mouse power to actually move this, and maybe put like some kind of wooden wheel in front of it. So it'd
Can
be able to transport.
Can Ellie help him with that with scientists and like forming the blueprints for that?
Thing, I'd like that. I'm going to go ahead and say that is probably going to be obstacle. Like, was it carpenter?
Mm-hmm.
Obstacle 3. Obstacle
Okay.
2, actually.
Okay.
Do you have a help with dice for me?
Can Tilly help with labor?
Yes, I'm gonna need a lot of parts. Tilly.
I
we need your big muscly arms, Tilly.
was gonna say we need
Yes.
Arnold. We need Arnold Mousinator.
I'll be back.
All right.
Oh, some
So
cheese.
my carpenter is 5. I got 2 helping dice. That's 7.
I need your cloak, your sword, and your wagon.
and your cheese.
And can Pepperjack add 1 for gear for using his axe to chop down
Yeah.
Chop it, chop!
all the materials that he needs?
Alright, you all set to roll?
Woo! Wow! Look at them 6s. Holy Jesus!
You made it. Alright, so you're able to make this contraption that is a heck of a lot easier than what you were given. This will definitely come in handy in future seasons. It's certainly much more efficient than what we have now, and they'll be able to use more mice to sort of keep an eye out and help patrol as this scent border is being laid. So that's
Awesome.
1 check down. What else do you guys want to do?
I mean, Ellie's
there
just
are-
gonna be tending to pretty much just making sure that Pepperjack's comfortable. I mean, she doesn't have any conditions, so she's fine. So y'all have at it.
There's a couple things that I want to do. I would like to get rid of Tired, but I would also like to do some kind of healer check to make little first aid kits for everybody, like all of the players and all
Do
of the
you-
various patrols.
Do you have Hungry and Thirsty left?
I do have Hungry and Thirsty left.
Can I use my snacks?
You already used those for...
Oh, I can't. That counts
Jasper.
as one?
Yeah.
You already stuffed him in my fat face.
Well, I didn't know, but that's a part of my gear, though. I didn't know I could only use that once.
yeah, once you
Yeah,
use gear,
it goes
it
away.
sort
There's
of
no like
chops
check
off.
thing.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm afraid that I cannot regurgitate it, so you can use it again.
No, that's fine. I mean, I'm just wondering because, like I said, I'm trying to figure out like they need to make a little checkbox next to that too.
You could just erase it in that case.
I think I will.
Yeah.
Well, I'm not gonna
Tilly,
erase it because I'll probably just have it back for the next one.
You could make a roll to sort of get more. But Tilly, go ahead and give me a healer check. Also, you're gonna get +1 because I believe there's an infirmary built that gives you guys like +1 to all these healer checks.
Yay!
Oh, I can help
Yay.
too because I have healer.
Yay! Awesome. So let's see. Tilly has healer 4,
you
plus helping dice
guys
from Vader,
are
that's 5,
my best
plus 1 from the
friends.
infirmary, that's 6.
Hey,
What
girl.
obstacle? What obstacle am I dealing with?
3.
Obstacle 3! Let's see. Hey! Success.
Nice.
All right,
First
so
aid kit's made.
so here's what's gonna happen. Every time a patrol heads out, they'll have a first aid kit in their gear for a while. I'm gonna say for the next 3 patrols.
So should we add that to our sheet?
No. This is for whenever people start the mission.
Okay.
But now that was a success. So what else do you guys want to do?
Pepperjack, I guess, would probably want to get rid of Angry. He's been
Are you?
angry for a while.
Give me a will check, if you will. Obstacle 2.
Alright, my will is... Ooh, it's a 4.
Do you want to use a trait?
Yeah, you know what? I want to use the trait, but against myself. I guess. No, not really. I think it was already player's turn, so. Yeah, I'll use a trait, and I'll kind of I'll use my fearless.
Yeah.
Because I'm digging deep, and I go, you know what? I don't care if there's a big fox or a bunch of followers. I gotta snap out of this for Tapper's Point and for all the guard mice. So,
2
Oh.
successes. So after a
Just
little
barely.
contemplation and a realization that I'm freaking awesome, even if I don't have a real arm or even a fake arm.
He doesn't have the fake arm either.
No, but
You-
gosh darn, he is so impressive. Who is
I could
this
use
guy?
a roll to try and make him a new one.
you can. Yeah.
So you're no longer angry.
Yes.
How many players checks do we have?
We have 1 for Vader, we have 1 for you, and then we have 2 extra ones.
I want to try and make another arm for Pepperjack.
Alright, so that's going to be an obstacle. Let's see.
Is it for scientist?
Yeah.
Tilly's gonna help.
Obstacle
It
3.
might be easy. It might be easier the second time around.
Right, but really though.
Eh.
Right, she has to. Tilly, you said you're gonna help
Yes.
with what?
Laborer?
Yes. Oh my
There
goodness.
you go. All right, so that's 3.
Always need to use those muscles.
What's the
Tilly.
obstacle for?
3.
Is this a scientist check or?
This
It is.
Okay.
Yes.
Well, since she's making like a prosthetic, can I help with healer?
I'm going to say you can take some measurements and sort of help see how it can attach to Pepperjack's.
Wait, so
Side.
I actually have 2 scientists. So Tilly's helping. That's 3. Pepperjack, you said, are you helping at all?
Could Pepperjack help with Carpenter
I don't.
to make like a
try.
wooden arm?
You can. I'm going to
You
say
know what? He
yes.
I was gonna say, because couldn't he actually draw out like the dimensions of the arm and like since he knows how like the wood would work and everything?
I think that's acceptable, and I think Vader, with your healer, maybe you've
That's
dealt with mice who lose limbs at once or twice, or something of that. You maybe have experienced it.
Yes.
That and you're
do
crafty,
play-
so
Yeah. All right, so that's 5. I'm gonna spend a persona point as well.
all right. I'm gonna need 3 successes.
Yeah, I have 6 dice, so. Shit.
Okay.
Can I re-roll one of those?
What's your wise?
Predator. That's not gonna help. Damn it.
Fortunately not. You head back to Tapper's Point.
Need
And-
failures too.
You need failures too.
Me.
And
I don't care.
what's your scientist pass and fails right now?
I have 3 passes, and well, now it's gonna be 3 fails.
Oh, that means you already buffed it up.
Yeah.
Wait, what's your healer? You don't have.
It's not.
Oh, it's scientist. Hold on.
Yeah.
Oh, your scientist actually leveled up a while ago.
What?
Yeah, your
Why didn't
scientist.
you tell me?
I didn't know. I thought you knew.
Can I roll on? So I'm at Scientist 3 now?
You are at Scientist 3, so go ahead
Oh
and
my
roll
God,
one more dice
4.
really quick.
One more dice.
Roll that dice.
Actually,
Hold
keep
on.
those passes, because I'm going to have to figure out which one, what your thing is going to be now.
Okay.
Okay. So go ahead and roll. 1 dice, only 1 dice. Okay.
Ah!
Yeah.
So actually,
Thank God.
you are going to be able to succeed on this.
Thank God. Thanks for fixing my things, by the way.
Yeah, there you go. So that's what you should have. You have 3
Yeah.
scientists, and you just got to pass. So I think you're all set. Yeah, I'm gonna have to make sure you guys know when you level up and stuff. Because
Yeah.
gosh, we've played this for quite a while, guys. I'm impressed. You are able to go back. You hit a like a bump along the way, and you just can't get the arm to sort of like bend and function like
Yeah.
appropriately. Like right now, you're just so frustrated that your last one got broken. Now you just have to make a new one, and it's like so. But thankfully, you have Tilly and Pepperjack there.
Yeah.
Pepperjack, you're a glorious model. And Jasper, you go ahead and sort of chime in as softly as you can, trying to be helpful, to sort of like help, you know.
Oh no, arms are not 3 feet long. I promise.
Oh, I thought they were. They look so much bigger when they're on people.
I want him to have bigger biceps.
She wants him to be her
Hey,
Arnold Schwarzenegger.
I mean,
trying.
yeah, she's sort of impressed with Tilly and Jasper, like, oh, I want him to lift like that.
Pepperjack's impressed with Tilly and Jasper. They're so strong.
Yeah.
These darn kids.
I want to get there.
All right. So there we have a.
You can have your arm back now.
Yeah, I think we have 3 checks left. 1 for Jasper, and then 2 extra ones. Jasper, by
My
the
arm is
way,
back.
I'm assuming all you guys come to Tapper's Point. Same description as before. Your first time in Tapper's Point is a bit glorious because this outpost has grown into. It seems like the makings of a settlement, and you notice that there are lots of mice sort of moseying around and doing various duties. And immediately when you come up, you see these two mice at this front gate. These of this pine tree. There's like some cobble steps that sort of go into the curled knots and roots of the bottom of this pine tree. And these 2 mice who are armored, they're wearing guard cloaks, greet you. And one of them very loudly says, "Well, hi there! Welcome to Tapper's Point! How you doing?" "Oh, hi, Pepperjack!"
I can't.
Hello.
Well, hi there! Oh my goodness, you're new, ain't you?
Yes.
Yeah.
My name is Jasper. It's wonderful to meet you, Mr.
Oh, well, good gracious, I'm Blaze. I'm the doorman at Tapper's Point. I keep an eye out for all those nasty folks who try to get in here. But I seen a lot of guards mice too. It's been a while since I've been anywhere but Tapper's Point. It's pretty great. You're gonna love it here.
It is it's a good start for a settlement. I'm sure it will become great one day.
Oh, well, heck, you haven't even been inside yet. You gotta take a look around. I gotta give you the tour or something. And the mouse next to him, Seabury, quickly chimes in. "We're on duty. I could give the tour, and you could stay here. And Blade goes, well, that's awful nice of you, Seabree. Yeah, we're on duty. We better stay put, keep our eyes wide for foxes. And he
He's
sort
so
of like
dumb. I love him.
stands at attention. And he says, have you seen any foxes out there?
I can't.
Actually, yeah.
Oh my goodness, Pepperjack.
We're
Oh,
all right though.
it's all right. Are you sure?
We're
We
good.
gave her a good scaring off, so hopefully that'll send a message to her not to mess with us.
She's got a nose full of scent water, and you should smell that stuff. It's disgusting. We ought to, like,
I mean-
soak arrows in it and throw them at people.
I have a baker of it right here.
You do.
Hey, get a load of this stuff.
So
Oh
she'll-
heck, what's that?
it's the new scent water, and she'll uncork it and give it to him to smell.
Okay,
Tilly immediately covers her own mouth and nose with her cloak.
Yeah, like this is not like.
okay, who's...
Blade's
okay, here's
just
what I
gonna
want.
pass out and fall back.
Here's what I want to do. So here's what Blaze does. He takes it, he says, oh man!
You guys are my best friends.
Thank you, Hollyhawks, for that host. So here's what Blaze does. He takes that little flask, says, that's an awful color! Are we really pouring this everywhere? And he sort of leans into, like, twitches his little nose over it. And immediately he goes, ah! Oh my goodness! And it goes up in the air.
Ain't it awful?
One of you...
It is absolutely awful.
No, he drops it.
Oh, no.
I need-
Can Ellie?
I need one of you. I'm saying now he was talking to Jasper first, so I'm assuming Jasper is in the front. Ellie, you gave it. Wait, did you give it to Tilly first?
I don't think so. I think
Yeah,
I
okay.
had it.
No,
Yeah, I don't think I
yeah,
have.
I think she handed it off.
So
right?
you handed it to
No.
Tilly.
Oh,
no,
okay.
I don't think I touched it.
Okay, so Ellie and Jasper, you two need to make some sort of reflex check to catch this thing.
How
as
do
it
we do
just-
that?
Health, or
Oh, good. My health is ridiculously high.
I think it's gonna be health. Obstacle 2.
Oh, what's?
Yeah, that would be.
Oh, yeah, that's fine.
I think it might be nature instead. No, I think it's health.
No, it'd be health because that's like
My
reflexes.
nature's the same, so.
Physical action, yeah.
Oh,
Okay. So Blaze just
and a
he
6
has
to boot.
he has a moment of panic, and the flask just starts like it. He just like he can't stand it, and it just slips out of his hands.
She's
out
like,
of revulsion.
no. Like she like dives for it.
You dive for it, and you catch it just before it hits the ground. If this had smashed, the front of Tapper's Point would be a like it would be Fallout zone, like ground zero.
Oh,
All
think that
of
one
Tilly's
through.
fur is standing on end. She is a little brown puffball.
Pepper's Jack's eyes are as wide as can be, like,
oh boy.
as he's
God.
looking down. His mouth wide open.
Oh my goodness!
Okay!
Oh, that's worse than half a wolf point there.
So Ellie gets up and she like corks it and immediately puts it back in her bag and she goes, "Never again will I ever give anything to you." And she just like you can tell she's like visibly shaken.
That's
Well,
a good plan.
well, I hope not. If the stuff you give me is gonna smell like that.
She's gonna go behind Pepperjack and she's just gonna like hide like now.
Right, but you see why the foxes are going to stay away from that, don't you?
Oh
Yeah.
heck yeah! It'd keep me away for certain.
Exactly. Who would want to come near it? It's brilliant.
She's got a point, but at the same time,
Jasper's
Pepper-
just frozen in place.
But Pepperjack is going to grab Tilly and say, "Alright, we'll be right back. I have to go have a talk with Guard Captain Arabelle."
Ellie's gonna follow.
Okay.
So,
Vader, do you
Hang
want
on, Ellie.
Do you do a check?
I should
Why?
just think- well, she's kind of the specialist on ants, and
So, I was there
Okay.
too.
all right, come on.
Tilly waves at Jasper. Bye, Jasper!
Oh,
Have fun with Blaze.
Oh my
Can I-
god. Oh man.
help!
Yes. Blaze takes a moment to say, "Well, gosh, what do you like to do around when you're not on duty and stuff?"
Well, I'm an optometrist. Do you know if anyone in Tapper's Point has been having trouble seeing, either far away or up close? Do you know this?
Well, I guess, but I don't see why you need an optimist to get that looked at. Although I guess it's nice to sort of keep things positive, you know.
Oh no.
Yes. Well,
Nate.
I assure you, I can help. Do you know of anyone like this?
Well, yeah. Actually, Patrol Leader Quincy is complaining because he's having trouble getting his files all in order because he can't. Oh, gosh, I think he's having trouble with the flowers he's been putting in his office, but I think he's been having trouble. I was part of his patrol before we came here, and it's just I've always wondered why he couldn't see things the way I did.
Oh, do you know where he is?
Well, sure thing. Just come on into Tapper's Point. I'll show you. And he said, "See, Sabri, I'll be right back. Okay, this is just real quick. I gotta show him around." And she's just, "Oh, no, please don't." And he just drags you inside.
Jasper gives a mournful look at the other guard before getting dragged inside.
Okay, so you guys are going to guard Captain Arabelle, and Jasper and Blaze are going to Patrol Leader Quincy. So here's what's gonna happen. I'm gonna do Jasper first because this is pretty good. So here's what happens. Vader, Jasper is dragged up to the third floor of Tapper's Point. This sort of seems to be like the administrative floor where like the two big heads of Tapper's Point sort of do their business. You're taken to the door on the right, and the door is open, and you see that there is a stack of blue flowers, hydrangeas, sort of like piled outside the door, and inside you hear some like some grumbling and some sniffling. And going inside, Blaze is like, "Patrol Leader Quincy, oh man, this office looks great!" And you see that this office is sort of like, the furniture is sort of like in the middle of the room, and you see there's this brown mouse with a purple cloak, just sort of like looking at it and rubbing his face, just carefully, just observing and trying to he's trying to summon perfect strategic placement for all the furniture in this office. And then he sort of turns and he's red-eyed, and his nose is a little crusty, and then he just sort of says, "Hey, hi, Blaze. I don't see you up here often. Oh, gracious. Let's see. Oh yeah, burgundy cloak. Jasper, right?"
That's correct. It's a pleasure to make your acquaintance.
Well, I'm happy to have you here in Tapper's Point. And he sort of steps forward and takes your paw into a good hefty shake. And he says, "Well, I believe you actually went on a mission straight from Wolf Point. Got the scent border laid down, right?"
Yes, sir. We successfully completed the mission. We had to dodge a fox on the way, as well as its followers, I've been told.
I wouldn't worry too much about them. We're working on a contingency plan, but I'm glad to hear of this success. This is I'm gonna be honest, it's gonna make Guard Captain Arabelle a little bit easier to deal with. Things have been a bit rocky here in Tapper's Point as of late, but thankfully, now with the scent border up and running, I think we'll be able to get this place into a hot sportin' town, am I right?
Yes, I would love to help with that. If you would like my help, that is.
Oh, well, gracious. If you're staying as long as long as you are, we'd be happy to have your help in any way that you can. I don't know, what's your crafts? What was your senior artisan good at?
Well, my senior artisan was a glazier.
Oh, gracious.
As were my parents in
Oh, gracious.
Yes, it's a bit of a family trade.
Really now? You know what? That's really wonderful. We'd love to have you set up some kind of maybe. Hold on, give me a second. And he sort of looks over to this pile of scrolls, and he picks one up and he says, "Yeah, we were actually doing an expansion. If you want, I can actually get a space set up for you. Because, my goodness, do you do examinations?"
Yes. Have you heard?
No, but that's a good selling point for Tapper's Point. Where else are you going to get your eyes examined for glasses on this side of the territories? I mean, you have to go to Spruce Tuck, all the way to Spruce Tuck, to get even A plus, just an A plus quality of spectacles. Do you know what a killer that is to some families around here? This is gonna put us on the map.
I'm not sure if I'll be there for that long, sir.
Oh, well, I mean, as long as you get the reputation, we'll probably get some competitors in, and then by that point, we don't need you anymore, because, you know, you're a guards mouse, you have other duties. But, this is a good duty, because technically you're here to, help, you know, Tapper's Point get a reputation, so turn us into a hot and up-and-coming settlement. So, you know, if you do this, I'll be in your debt.
Well, I wouldn't want to impose. If you already have a forge set up, I could simply borrow it for whatever I need.
Oh, well, sort of optometrist works out of a hot, toasty forge. You need a crisp, well-arranged office. If you don't mind.
Quincy in his offices.
If you don't mind, I can start arraying the space as well as the furniture. Certainly be a heck of a lot, and you won't have to share the space with any of the, you know, the locals. You know, they're not too proud of the Mouse Guard as of late.
I would certainly welcome this, but I don't want to drain your manpower and your resources for something so niche as this.
Oh, well, niche is what we need in Tapper's Point, because, I mean, now that the Scent Border has moved ahead, we need reasons for people to dip into this economy. It's worthwhile, trust me. You're not imposing, you're not causing
That
any...
is true. That is true.
You know.
A burgeoning settlement needs the trade.
So here's what I think we'll do. I'll go ahead and mark you down here. Just tell me what you need, and I'll make sure it happens.
Yes, certainly he's sort of flabbergasted. It's like, he just got here, and this person is just offering him the kitchen sink, essentially.
Mm-hmm. And he just sort of like puts an arm around you and says, "Well, listen, Jasper, I have my heart set on the values of the Mouse Guard, but during my time here, I've realized the mice of the territories deserve better than just, you know, our attention out in the wilds. They need help inside their communities. So that's what I want to do. I want to bring those values that the Mouse Guard holds and help build this community up to what it can be. I mean, imagine, we train Tenderpaws from a young age. The first thing we teach them is a craft. Why not bring that here to Tapper's Point? And I think you are the exceptional star of what kind of success our train of thinking can do.
Perhaps. I'll have to think it over.
Well,
I've had my own ideas of how to bring more trade to Tapper's Point. My family is guild owned. I mean, my guild is family owned, I should say. I know quite a lot about various tradesmice and their families and how they like to operate. I would be happy to give advice wherever it is needed.
Well, first we'll need you to get settled in. More so, you'll have to learn where things are. Who's local and who's guard. Of course, you could tell because of the cloaks. Am I right? Blaze, get him a tour. Go ahead and give him the full, upstanding 5-star. You know, all that stuff.
Well,
sure thing. This is great. And
he looks nervously at Blaze, like, sir, I'm actually here because I've been told that you've been having some trouble seeing things of late. Am I correct?
He nods, and then he quickly closes the door. And he goes ahead and sits down in one of the one of the chairs that are strewn about this room, and just sort of sighs, and he says, "Unfortunately, Blaze is correct, and this has been an issue that has been haunting me for most of my leadership. But I don't like to make it public, because, you know, I'm head of administration. People don't want the head of this administration struggling with reading, now do you?"
Oh, I understand. If your secret is safe with me, you needn't worry.
Well, thank you. It's rather embarrassing. And he just sort of like gives this curt look over to Blaze, and Blaze says, "Yeah, I can imagine. I'm awful sorry I have to deal with this, sir." And he says, "Well, there's this awkward silence. What do you want to do?"
Well, if you could allot some time out of your busy schedule, I can go ahead and examine you and see what kind of eyewear you would need to correct this problem.
Go ahead and give me an I almost said optometrist, a glazier check.
Glazier or healer.
You know what? I'll let you decide. If you could sort of decide which one you want to get the test in.
What was that?
Higher.
It's going to be obstacle 2.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Making them will be more difficult.
Oh, so that'll be a separate check. Okay.
Yes, it would. So you could actually use your check to diagnose his eyes and his, what vision you'll need to make for him, or glasses. And then you can use one of the free checks to make the glasses, actually.
That sounds good.
So here's what I'll say. I'll go ahead and say obstacle 2 to do the diagnosis. That's going to be the healer. And then you could use glazier as an obstacle 4. If you succeed on this roll, I'll let you get a sort of like gear for helping dice.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. So go ahead. Oh, hey, Ishmael.
Okay. Obstacle 2.
Oh my god, Abby.
Sorry.
Which one? Glass 1 or 2? Is 3 or 4 better? How about 5 and 6?
Please.
Okay, back to 1 and 2.
Please don't make me do that. Oh my god.
Hey, I've been through it too. Hello? Like, come on. Like, I've been through it too, Ford. Don't. It sucks. I hate getting my eyes dilated too. That's even worse.
Alright, so I would like to use a trait to help myself. I would like to use my fearless, because this person is my superior.
Yes, he is!
He is my superior, and I use fearless to make sure that I don't, what am I trying to say?
You don't want to poke him in the eye as you're sort of like looking in.
Yeah, he is above me. I don't want to mess up, but it's okay because I'm fearless. That won't affect my performance.
Exactly. Go ahead, because this is not guard patrol. You're not fighting a fox here. You are doing what you were born to do.
Okay.
So go ahead and get that roll going.
So that'd be 4 dice.
Yeah.
No one is around to help me, are they?
No, because I don't know if they could help you, honestly.
Well, if we...
This is a healer check, and I just need...
We have the medical facility, if we would rather do the examination there. If he's comfortable with that.
He's not comfortable with that.
Oh no.
He closed the door for a reason.
He doesn't want to bring anyone else in either.
No, this is just between his doctor and him.
Oh, but is there a chance that Jasper could pop down there for a sec to grab some stuff that he needs and then come back?
Actually, yeah, I'd allow that. So yeah, you can get a +1 helping dice from the equipment that is available to you.
Okay. See if I have any equipment myself. No, nothing to help. Does Blaze have anything to help?
Can Blaze help with laborer?
Hold him still.
He pins him down. This for your own good.
Hey, they almost had to do that to me at the eye doctor, so.
You have such pretty eyes.
Oh no.
And my brother ended up fainting on his appointment, so yeah.
Oh
It
Oh,
was great.
no. No, Blaze cannot help you.
Okay. So that's a 5 dice. I'll go ahead and roll that. Hey.
All right. So he is long. It's not short. Short. I can't think what my diagnosis is, but it's basically that. No, it's the opposite. He can read things far away, but he can't read things close up.
Farsighted.
Farsighted. There we go.
Yes.
So next is the obstacle 4 glazier check. If you want to make him glasses.
Hmm.
It would get on his good side.
Yeah, that was the idea. Get on was
Yeah.
make friends. All right.
Good friend to make,
And
yeah.
since this diagnosis
Yeah.
is done, and you can sort his partnership in this is sort of off, so he can get back to his business. You can get helping dice from people if you want to ask.
Oh, okay.
I don't. Can I help him with scientists? Maybe like, yeah, like the blueprints and all that.
That's if you accept the helping dice.
Hmm.
Up to you. I mean, I'm just running out there.
I guess Jasper doesn't have to say who the glasses are for.
No, he doesn't.
Yeah, he'll. If scientists can help in such a way, he would gladly accept more dice.
Pepperjack could, help. He could make like maybe like a little wooden frame, for the glasses out of some really nice wood.
Wooden frames can be very lightweight and comfortable. Yes.
can
So.
Tilly help with labor?
Oh, Tilly, yeah, I could totally need some help finding that piece of wood and bring it
Like,
back.
hey
'cause it's so
man,
strong.
someone has to work the bellows of the forge to keep that fire going.
Yep.
That's hard work, man. You gotta pump those bellows.
Poor hates us so much right now. It's great.
I'd rather you try to figure out how labor can be used with any check than old ways wise. I know an ancient song, an ancient poem.
Hey man, you're the one who keeps allowing it.
In ancient times, there were these glasses heard of once.
My grandma says that when you see a cloud that looks like a horse head, it means you get +2 helping dice.
I mean, you do have old ways wise.
If you stare at the sun long enough, it'll do laser surgery on your eyes and it'll be better.
Oh god.
Vader, it's gonna be obstacle 4 glazier. You're getting 3 helping dice, and you're getting 1 gear helping dice from that diagnosis. What else do you want?
So I have steady paw. I'm very steady.
Of course he
That's
does.
good.
Did you notice how he has said that? Like, what else do you want?
How else do you want to make this world I've created better?
How dare you make
How
it better?
dare! How dare!
I'm sorry, it's sentient bow talking. It's right there.
What did I tell you? It's gonna come out
It has a
soon later
radius.
today.
It has a radius.
It really does, though.
It has its own little speaker.
It really does, though.
All right, so
He did sound salty.
all in all, I have
Little saltiness with the bow,
all in
yeah.
all, I have 9 dice.
4
9 dice
successes.
to make some really sweet, kick-ass glasses. Here we go. Hey,
Nice.
So there we go.
Nicely
Right
done.
on the money.
Well done.
You get 2 6s to explode, too, as backups.
They're a little big, but they should fit him just fine. Do you want to present these to him right now? I mean, it's gonna take a good.
yeah, I'm assuming it's gonna take a while. You have to mold the blanks. You have to grind the lenses down to specifications. You have to polish them.
Do you
It's
want?
a very, very laborious task.
Do you want to get him the glasses case?
Oh my god, what? All I heard was glasses case.
Well, that doesn't fit under Glazier, unfortunately.
Unfortunately not, but we have one more. Okay, here's the thing. We can maybe do
I
this
was gonna
another
say,
time.
he's a
I can do
carpenter.
carpenter.
Yeah, but here's the thing. That's not necessary because it was just a goofy suggestion on my part.
I kind of
Um,
like it though. I'm not
'cause
gonna lie.
I know I interrupted you guys from doing your thing. So, what? You still have a dice roll left. There's one left. So, what do you guys, as a whole, want to do?
Would we want to maybe make a check for Guard Captain Arabelle to kind of tell her about all this stuff?
Like a persuader check or something? Ooh, a persuader
Maybe.
check to like make her do something about this?
Yeah. About the whole granny situation.
Yo.
I mean, I don't know who has really good persuader.
Tilly does not. Tilly has no social skills whatsoever,
Wait,
literally on her character sheet.
Could we use Persuader?
Yeah,
Yeah,
probably.
I think I have it. Yeah, I have Persuader. I can use that. So, if you would like, you have a helping dice.
Would Tilly be able to give helping dice from the like story that she told?
Yes.
Okay.
Do you
She
also
can
have
help
helping
even though
dice
she
in the
doesn't
pool?
Yeah, you guys still have some donation stuff inside there as well. Yeah.
Alright. Pepperjack would just like to help with just basically being like a physical witness to this whole thing, and remembering kind of like the contraption and all that stuff in the process that we went through and what we were told to actually do out there from the expert.
Yeah,
That
like
was
he
sent with us.
lost his prosthetic arm, so like his words
Yeah.
carry weight.
I finally built him another one.
And Ida got hurt because of this. So this is serious business.
It is.
She could have died.
She almost did.
She almost did. So go on ahead, and how do you want to set the scene?
Ellie,
Oh wait, what? Sorry.
you're up. You're
How
doing
do
the
how do
check.
you guys
You
set the
guys
scene?
What am I doing?
are my best friend.
You're doing the check. You're
For
pretty good at
what?
persuade.
Oh
You're gonna
shit.
persuade.
Oh,
Guard
shit.
Captain.
Before that,
Why did nobody tell me that?
Before that, Unmade
have
Gaming
Persuader.
just hosted
Shit.
with lots of people. Thank you, buddy. We really
Who
appreciate
hosted?
you. Unmade Gaming.
Oh, thanks! Yay!
All right.
Hi,
back,
Mike. I know you don't exist, but hi.
back to the mice. Quick. What do you do, Ellie? As you sort of.
I guess I'll persuade. I didn't know I was persuading, but
Okay,
I
yeah.
guess I will.
How many dice do you have for this?
I have 2, but then how many helping were people giving me?
2.
So I have 4.
Me and Billy.
And you can't help
Is
with
there
the
a trait you can use?
Persuader thing, right?
That's what I'm looking for.
Like someone's already helping with Persuader. I would not be able to help as well.
I think you can, because Tilly is not using Persuader.
Yeah.
that's
Pepperjack's probably using
5.
Manipulator to help.
You're manipulating her?
Being intimidating.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's pissed.
So that's
I was
5.
angry, but
What's
he
the
doesn't
obstacle
like
for?
Granny.
The
what was that?
obstacle is going to be a versus test, but I need to
Oh,
know
son of a bitch.
how you are starting to do this persuasion. What are you talking to her about? How do you approach this subject with her?
So who am I talking to again? Because I somehow like blanked out.
It was
Arabelle.
Guard
I
Captain
didn't know I was
Arabelle.
doing this.
Yeah, the idea is to basically tell Arabelle like what happened with the fire ant thing and how Grandma Biddy essentially set you guys up to die. And
Yeah.
to convince Arabelle that something needs to be done about her, she needs to be banned from Tapper's Point at minimum.
Yeah. So I mean, Ellie's gonna be like, so I mean, okay, this Grandma Betty, she needs to go. She tried to kill my sister. She almost killed Pepperjack. I mean, she cost him his prosthetic arm that I made for him. I had to make another one. Do you know how hard that is? Oh, and on top of that, my sister almost died because of stupid fire ants. But yeah, Grandma Betty just came in and told us what not, basically just told us all this stuff to do. We didn't know what the heck we were doing, but she wouldn't explain anything. So like she's going on this like tangent.
Okay. She lets you do that, but then she interrupts at one point and sort of says, "One moment. Patrol Guard Pepperjack. I'm assuming since you're back, the scent order has been laid."
It all went well, Gerd Captain.
Good.
Really?
Done just as you asked.
Excellent.
But there is the matter of Granny.
She
Granny
needs
Bitty.
to go.
Go. Hang on, Ellie. It's with the information that we were given on that last patrol, her being an expert and the professionals that we are to our job, we tried our best and we did everything to the letter. And as soon as we implanted those things into the anthill, as I'm informed by our expert on ants, also part of the Anthurt family, Tilly, that it was actually a repellent, and you don't use a repellent. And that is why the ants pretty much flushed out. She also told me, and we were informed, that these ants were put there. They're not natural from the area.
Apparently they're supposed to be imported.
Tilly pipes up and goes, "Yes, they're very expensive because you have to tap into trade networks. I'm sorry. You have to tap into trade networks that go all the way down south, out of the territories, and they're very expensive. And the last time I'd ever encountered any colony of them was when we were hired to take care of a colony that had gone rogue because some scientists at Spruce Tuck had some specially bought to guard one of their fields. You really don't find them in the territories, and if you did, if they really had managed to, if one of them had gotten away and they'd started to become an invasive species, you'd be hearing all about it because they're a menace. They drive people out of their homes. They're deadly. A bite from just two of them can kill a grown person.
They almost killed my sister.
They don't belong here. There's no way they're here naturally.
Alright.
Grandma Biddy was the only other one that knew all about them in Tapper's Point, it seems like. The only other person who would really know was Tilly, but she's been with Grandma Biddy for a while.
My grandmother would know better than anyone how you're actually supposed to get rid of these things. Because with fire ants, you especially don't want to drive them out of their nest, not only because it's dangerous, especially if you're telling people to shove their arms down in the pit. That's just asking them to get killed. But you don't want to drive them away because if they just scatter, that means they're still alive and they're still a threat. They can just make another nest somewhere else. No, you're supposed to herd them into their colony, all of them, make sure that they're back down in their dens, and then you put some sort of, I don't know what it's called unfortunately, but there's a powder and a liquid, and you sprinkle it all the way over the colony, as much of the tunnels as you can get it on, and then you douse it with the liquid and it explodes, and the tunnel collapses and it kills everything that's inside it. That's how you deal with them, because you don't want them alive. They're dangerous.
The only other person who would know this would be Grandma Biddy, because I don't think there's anybody else who has experience with these types of things. I mean, granted, I have a little bit of knowledge, but I've never, ever even though I'm from Spruce Tuck and I'm a scientist, my family never had, ants to protect our farms. We always did it the old-fashioned way. So, there was never a reason for us to have these ants on our farms. I never even really heard of, that aspect of it.
My family does this for a living. There's no way this was an honest mistake.
I see. Granted that you've presented this knowledge very nicely. What would you like me to do as a minimum?
Grandma Biddy needs to go. She needs to be forbidden from entering Tapper's Point ever again.
Or arrest her, or something. But this can't just let it stand.
She cannot have any contact with those fire ants. There's no way.
All of this is very troubling. And, to to my great dismay, there's very little I can do.
Why not?
Because I am a guards mouse.
But
And-
you're a captain.
She took action against guard mice. There's nothing you can do about it?
You're a captain.
I just received a missive from the matriarch herself. And she sort of, turns up a letter towards you guys and slides it towards Pepperjack. And
Jack
she...
opens it up.
Yeah, the letter reads that once the scent border has been established, Gwendolyn is planning on severing all authority that the Mouse Guard has over residents inside Tapper's Point, and an election is to be held
Son of a bitch.
to determine the government for Tapper's Point. And then she slides another piece of paper towards you. It is a list of citizens who are permanent residents of Tapper's Point.
Oh, you son of a bitch.
And in
We need
alphabetical
proof.
order, you see Tilly Antherd at the top of the list. Antherd Tilly. Or not Antherd, no, not Antherd Tilly. Biddy, I'm sorry. Antherd Biddy at the top of the list.
What is that bitch doing here?
She lives here, apparently.
No, she doesn't! She lives all the way across the other side of the territories! She lives outside the territories! We're wild mice!
She may have just gotten recent residency here.
How? Why?
Look
She-
over at Guard Captain
question.
Arabelle and go, who signed off on this?
Patrolita Quincy.
Quincy.
This seems
Tilly is a
very
fluffball.
orthodox.
Don't
Not
you have
really.
command over Quincy?
I did. During the...
Why can't you override him?
Unfortunately, I have been trying to, but the matriarch unfortunately only seems to want my duties strictly for the defense. And concerning the scent border.
But that doesn't make sense. You're a guard captain. Doesn't your word automatically override anyone beneath you?
In the wild, yes. We are no longer in the wild. We are in the mouse territories. This settlement...
I'd like to speak with the matriarch.
You'd have to be dismissed, I'm afraid. I still have that power. Of course, you'd have to make the journey on your own, and I'm afraid the guard does not approve of mice who abandon their duty.
Can I write her a letter?
Yes, a report is acceptable as a terms of disagreement. I've already wrote several, but maybe hearing from the rest of you might sway her.
If we can get everyone to sign up on it, maybe that'll have some weight.
I'll gladly sign up on it.
All this
I'll be
to-
the first.
All this to simply override a petty law.
This may be bigger than we realized, Captain.
That
If Grandma
woman-
Biddy is controlling those fire ants, there's no telling what else she can do.
She tried to kill an entire patrol. She's here and she's not supposed to be. I don't understand what she's doing here. Something is going on and I don't like it.
Well, unfortunately, as much as we don't like it, there's nothing we can do about it until the matriarch says otherwise. The letter, as soon as you send it, will take a while to get to Lockhaven. Then, the matriarch will have to review it. Before she does so, however, she will have to gather the guard captains to also review the case. She'll have to get their counsel. Then once she receives their counsel, she will have to write her own report. After that, it has to get back here. All of that.
Look! That woman tried to kill my sister. I'm not about to just stand here and let her get away with it.
There's got
I
to be
am
a more efficient
sorry,
way to do
Captain. No disrespect, but I am not about to let some old woman who tried to murder the only sibling, the only family that I have, and get away with it.
this. What if we gang up on Quincy? He's the one who made this decision. What if we get him to reverse it himself?
The only way he can
What
reverse
makes you
it.
think he's gonna do that?
The only way he could reverse it is if he was put into a station of governance.
You mean he actually wins this election?
Yes.
Because then you'd have to step out to the mouse guard.
There is a prohibance for guards to serve as local figures, but if he receives a intense majority, can work.
So we need to talk to the locals and get them on our side.
There's another way.
No?
All ears.
At the very least, since you are so... You clearly have a venomous reaction towards this woman, this mouse. If you're willing, you could certainly kill her, and I could court-martial you.
I'm down for this. I know I'm only a Tenderpaw, but I don't care. This is important.
You
As
would be
much as my
arrested.
sister would hate it, I'm for it as well.
We can't do that.
Why? You saw what
Because
she
we
tried
really
to did, Pepperjack.
But we gotta find out what she's up to. We need... I mean, this is bigger. This is bigger than just like one anthill. She's working with somebody against Tapper's Point. We gotta dig.
But by the time we do that, she may as well have killed the entirety of Tapper's Point by then.
This sounds like a roll. Here's what I want. I need Pepperjack and Ellie to make rolls.
Damn it.
I need you to do a versus test.
What am I rolling?
Persuader or Manipulator?
Okay.
I have Manipulator.
Who has the higher stat?
Persuader. Right?
Mine's at 2.
Mine is 2
I
well.
wasn't expecting
Oh,
Jasper to be in this room, but apparently he is.
Well, can I have a helping dice from Tilly since she's for it?
Yeah.
Okay. You have 3 dice. Pepperjack, what do you want to do?
Alright, yeah.
Jasper, do you want to be in this room? Because I didn't know that you were in here until you just said, "Oh, this sounds kind of old."
Yeah.
He's just sort of hiding in the corner.
Behind the coat
Poor
rack.
thing. He's like, I'm here, but I'm not here.
Also, Pepperjack, don't forget you can spend a persona point to tap your nature.
Oh,
Ellie, don't forget you can spend a persona point to tap your nature.
Oh, I'm waiting for him to do it too. Because as soon as he does it, I'll do it.
Everybody, don't forget you have persona points that you can spend.
yeah.
I have those too.
There's community dice.
Alright. So, yeah, I'm gonna do a Manipulator, and...
You
There's
can.
no way I could use tough. Is
Yes,
there a
you
way I
can.
could
You
use
can-
my...
Yes, you can. You can pull rank.
Oh, I could.
You can pull
I
rank.
can pull rank. Yes. Holy smokes. Okay, done. I'll do that.
So then does he have to roll for that?
Yeah,
Yep.
this is a versus test. I'm just
Alright,
telling
I
you
got a-
guys, if you
I got
really
a
want
helping
this,
dice from Tilly.
No, I have the
No.
helping dice from Tilly.
your
don't.
tender paw is with Ellie.
Wow, okay.
Wait, hold on. Explain to me what this conflict is again?
Ellie, what do you want out of this role? What do you want to convince Guard Captain Arabelle about?
I want to convince her that Grandma Biddy needs to die, and then she's gonna court-martial, and then if she gets court-martialed, she's gonna go to court and explain herself.
No, she is not going to kill her herself.
No.
She expects
No.
you to do it. And then she'll
Well,
court
no,
martial.
I know.
Yeah.
No, I know. Ellie's all for killing her herself. Like she,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay, and what's Pepperjack trying to do?
Pepperjack's actually gonna try and try to gather, I guess, as much information against, and like kind of like, I guess, build like a small case against Grandma Tilly and
Grandma
I guess
Biddy.
maybe present, Grandma Biddy, and present some kind of a case maybe to Quincy.
Is it possible for Tilly to help both of them? Because, like, she's all for bringing down the Executioner's hammer as a last resort, but she also
Yeah, 'cause
is
I
not
think
averse
the
to trying other
Executioner-
routes.
Yeah, I'm thinking the Executioner hammer might be a bit too much, but if we can maybe like catch Grandma Biddy leaving her establishment, maybe we can look around in there for any kind of proof or something as well.
Okay.
Yeah, can she help both?
No.
Hmm.
You only have, with every check, you only have one helping dice that you can give. You can either give it
Oh,
or not give it. Pepperjack, initially, I thought I heard you say you wanted to tell Guard Captain Arabelle, no, let's not go this route just yet. Let's find other options.
Yeah.
So that's going to be your thing.
Okay.
Tilly, who are you helping?
Yeah, she's gonna want to build a case, because Execution Hammer really
Come on.
is last resort, because that's gonna, like, come back to bite everybody who's involved in it.
So then
So
I'm
she-
thinking maybe I will roll against him because I think that at this point Ellie would realize that she would lose the battle.
Now hold on. You don't forget, you have persona points. You also have
I know, but I'm playing Ellie as the character, and Ellie would realize, that she might be being a little bit irrational. Can she use that against her?
Unfortunately not during the player's turn, but it makes sense.
Yeah.
But unfortunately it sounds like you lost that bite that you
Persuader?
had earlier, yeah.
So should I check that or no? Because I didn't make a
no.
roll for it.
No, you shouldn't, because at first I thought we were rolling for this like this, but if you're withdrawing it, then
I'm withdrawing it.
you're withdrawing it, not even without a roll.
Yeah, because at this point, I mean,
No, because
Yeah.
you can get lots of dice with your persona points
I
and your nature.
know. Let me hear me out for. At this point, Ellie would be like she's had some time to mull it over. Like thinking about this while, they've been sitting here like going back and forth, and she's she's starting to realize that hey, maybe no one else has to get hurt because she's like kind of looking at Pepperjack and realizing that he's already lost an arm. Maybe a senseless murder isn't the best way to go, so...
In this case, you introduced this idea to Guard Captain Arabelle, so now she's for it. But Pepperjack, you're gonna roll against her now, okay?
Alright. Let's try.
Can you get helping dice from Tilly? Because Tilly doesn't want to sacrifice her unstarted career in the Mouse Guard unless it's absolutely necessary.
Yes.
I have my dice ready. Whenever you're ready. If you want to add anything, do it now.
Can I help with Persuader?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm gonna dump both of my persona points. My
You only have
last.
2?
Do you want to use one of them to tap your nature?
My nature's bad enough already. I can't risk that one.
Community dice!
Are there community dice?
Yeah,
I
there
think
are.
there's 2
Yeah, man.
left. I think there's 2 left.
2?
There's 4 left, and
Here,
3 persona points.
Use them instead of
4
your...
left?
Yeah.
Okay.
Use them
I'll
instead of your
use-
persona points.
No, I'm gonna use those 2.
Oh my
Because
god.
this is big. She's my enemy. So
She is?
I don't
Yeah,
like
man.
Oh, I
I
didn't know
don't
that.
like Grandma Biddy. So
Oh, Grandma Biddy. I thought you meant Arabelle. I was
Yeah.
like, wait a minute.
no. Arabelle, I'm cool with Arabelle. I'm gonna use 2 out of that 4 in the pool for the community.
You don't have
You don't
to.
have to. You only rolled
Okay.
4.
Actually,
Alright,
right,
good,
you're
good.
no.
good.
Actually, you might have to because Guard Captain Arabelle spends a fate point to reroll hers.
Son of a...
Okay.
Oh.
Okay.
shit.
She
Yeah!
fails.
Fair enough.
Aha.
Okay, so go ahead, make your response. You see that there's a glimmer of action in Guard Captain Arabelle's eyes. Like, this is something she can do.
All right. Maybe in the defense of Tapper's Point, maybe you still can kick in a door and search and seizure certain things for evidence.
Evidence. Before we can do that, however, we would need laws ready for arresting as well as handling warrants for Tapper's Point. And to do that, we need a governance.
All right. So what do you think, Arabelle? Are you up for running this place?
I think I'm ready to
Have
run
been
it.
so far.
I mean, you kind of already have been.
Got our vote.
It's true. I think it's about
I'd
time.
rather have you in power than Quincy. I don't trust that guy.
Quincy. He was
He's
good.
in it for the wrong reasons.
Quincy was a good patrol leader, but he clearly doesn't have the experience needed to make sure a town can operate healthily.
I agree.
You do.
This campaign is not going to be easy. Half of Tapper's Point hates my guts, and the other half doesn't know me yet.
But one half trusts us, and the other half will once we get out there. So if we have, their trust and we trust you, then they'll see that you're not so bad.
Besides, it's not like they like Biddy.
Right. I don't really know if anybody actually likes Biddy, to be quite honest. I never hear anything good about her, so.
Tilly is smiling, and it's not a happy smile.
She used to be such a star back home, but out here, oh, she's forgotten how to charm people. It's been so long since she's had to. And so she hasn't.
Her? Charm people since when?
I mean, if you can't win over somebody like Blaze, like... How
That's when you know you have problems.
You cannot imagine?
But no, she's made no friends.
Sorry,
since
Tilly.
coming here.
I'm sorry. I never
Yeah.
knew you grew up like that.
Yeah, I didn't know that either. I'm really sorry you had to endure all that.
Oh, she's not even the worst one. But anyway, point being, she has no friends here. It wouldn't necessarily be difficult to... what's the phrase that I would use? To turn people's ears against her? I don't know if that's the right phrase.
Well, regardless,
To turn tail would probably be better.
I still have work to do. I expected
course.
just a report, not this.
Let's be honest, Arabelle. You never know what you're gonna get when you speak to us.
Technically, this is a report.
Ugh. It is. Well, she nods, gives you a salute to each of you, and sends you off. And that's where we're gonna end our session.
Oh, I was
Alright.
literally about to ask you if we could end because I could have worked in the morning.
Yeah.
So
So let's go ahead and
Okay.
do rewards really quick, guys.
yeah, poor Jasper. I'm so sorry.
He got
I'm
dragged
very-
into all the
I
drama.
know. I'm so sorry. I feel like he didn't even get like a chance to really play.
Jasper has melded with the wall, trying to hide the conflict.
Oh, I feel so bad. I'm sorry.
It's like Homer going into the bushes. Just
Tapper's
Yeah.
Point Politics 101. You have had your first class.
All right,
welcome to Tapper's Point.
let's start.
Uh-huh.
Let's start with fate points. If you played on your belief, and if you played on your instinct, and I know for certain Jasper did, you get fate point for each of those.
I don't think I did any of that.
Can I say that I played on my instinct because Tilly got sidetracked by her curious trait during the Sun Border roll?
Totally.
Awesome.
Yeah, I think at this point Ellie had worked against her belief this time.
Oh no. Oh wait, really? What was your belief?
Well, her belief is all possibilities should be explored for the good of all. A mouse needs to think with her head and act with her heart in order to
Yeah,
succeed.
she went fully against that.
I think you worked against your belief, and this is going to come up.
Yeah.
Okay, so first of all, did you guys accomplish your goals for this session? What were your goals?
That the scent border is laid properly, which it was.
My goal was to make sure no harm came to Pepperjack, and
That
no
was
did.
mine too. That was mine too, actually.
Thank
So-
you.
Yay!
And mine was to make a wheelbarrow type thing for the mixture.
Huh.
Which
So
you
we
did.
all did that. So we get what, a fate or a persona?
Well, my goal was to examine someone's special eyes and start making glasses for them.
There you go.
Yes, you did.
Totally.
There you go. So is that a fate or persona?
You have your brand. It's a persona. It's a persona. This doesn't come up often, but I wanted it to be brought up. Ellie, your belief. Can you say it for us again?
So, okay, Ellie's belief, hold on, I can pull it. All possibilities should be explored for the good of all. A mouse needs to think with her heart, think with her head and act with her heart in order to succeed.
You went on a vengeance-ridden tirade and were ready to step up to your authority, your higher-ups, to murder an old woman.
She absolutely hates Biddy, even though she's only met her for a little bit. She cannot stand the woman.
Now, I really wish you would have rolled for it, but I still think just because you were like, you started collecting dice, and I was like, oh, she's really gonna do it. I'm gonna say you played against your belief, and if you do this, you earn a persona point.
Yay!
Just you.
I know I played against my belief.
What is that?
My belief is the cities get enough help, somebody's gotta look out for the wild mice. But Tilly, in this session, is trying to, like, bring the justice system of civilization down upon a wild mouse.
That's true.
Nice.
Oh my god!
Yes, completely.
We must instill the will of the people!
Hammer down!
Oh man.
Dude, Ellie was all for it, let me tell you.
Alright, so here's what we're gonna do. MVP and Workhorse, who are they?
I don't know.
Ooh, that's a good question.
I think Workhorse.
Tilly was very muscly this session.
The Arnold Schwarzenegger of all mice.
I would have to say probably Tilly for MVP. Mainly
Yeah.
because she brought so much information that we could even build
Yeah,
this massive
that's
case
true.
against
Yeah.
her. So
I
my
was about to
vote.
That's
say,
very
I don't
true.
think she rolled all that much.
No.
No, but it's just like all your info that you brought.
I might say Pepperjack because that scout check could have gone badly.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
I don't know.
Oof.
I think
Is there anybody who rolled, like, a little bit more than anybody else?
Jasper.
I did 2 checks, and Jasper
I
did.
think I did. How many did I do?
Oh, wait, but hold on. More rolled as Workhorse, not MVP. Okay, never mind.
Yeah. I think my vote is for Pepperjack as MVP, most valuable player, because that
Yeah,
scout check
I
was
second
important.
that. Because
Yeah.
that really made things go smoothly
Yeah,
for all of us.
that scout check, yeah.
Vader, what do you think?
Yeah, he made the scout check, and he also made the check against guard captain or Arabelle, was it?
Arabelle, yes,
Yeah.
indeed.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's what convinced her to
Yeah.
not take.
Really important roles.
yeah.
So I'd say you get MVP. I think it's okay to give either Jasper or Tilly the Workhorse because I feel like they
Yeah.
did lots of roles.
Yeah.
They literally carried the weight of the thing on their backs.
Literally
carried
were the workhorses.
I honestly want to give it to Jasper just so he can start collecting
Yeah.
some Persona points.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That and, like, Jasper in the Arnold Schwarzenegger role, he was, like, shouldering a bit more of it in roleplay
He
terms.
did. He
Because
did.
Tilly was
Yeah.
getting distracted by the centipedes.
Yeah, not only that, but, you know, kudos for the voice, dude.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you.
That voice coming out of that photo.
That voice, though. That voice, though.
On top of
But yeah,
all that, including that voice, all of you are most fabulous role players. I'm certain you had fun this session. And I'd like to give you all Persona points for the Embodiment Award, because role-playing is just so much fun.
So guys, I'm back up to 10 Persona points.
Dude, spend them!
I was down to 7, okay? I was gonna spend them on that roll, but Ellie decided not to, so...
Find a role to dump them into.
I know. I've been trying! Dude, okay, no, I was at 11 at the start of the session. I went back down to 7. So I did use them. And then now I'm back up to 7.
But yeah,
Next time you make a roll to recover tired or something, just dump them all into that roll and be like,
Right.
no, I'm gonna sleep so hard. You don't understand.
She's gonna be a rock. She's gonna be dead to the world.
It's gonna be amazing.
Sprout Girl, thank you for that follow. Anyways, we are going to call it a night, but before we do, I'm gonna get a raid set up. What do you guys think of this session so far? Let us know in the comments. Let us know from our players. How did things go, do you think?
How did things go?
I think we're only starting to scrape the surface of just what Grandma Tilly has in store for
Biddy!
Tavern Point.
Biddy!
The bullshit
Biddy!
are rising.
It's
Yeah.
Biddy!
Yes, it's like this evil shadow is just being cast over us.
She kind of reminds me of Jafar from Aladdin.
Hey,
A
man.
little bit.
Hey.
If she was an old Scottish Jafar, maybe.
Yes.
I'll show you how snake-like I can be.
There you go.
Man.
Maybe my snake wise would be able to help against Grandma.
Right? Hey, my predator wise could help too, you know?
She's so cynical.
Would she be considered a predator at this point?
A social predator.
A
Right?
social predator,
Hey,
yes.
it still works.
Alright, guys. Well, I'm gonna get set for this raid. Vader,
God.
thank you for being the newcomer this session. I'm more
Yeah.
than
Thanks
pleased
for
to have
playing,
you.
Vader.
It's no
Yeah.
Thanks for
problem.
playing.
I enjoy them
Oh,
most.
can I plug my channel real quick?
Ooh, I forgot what I was going to say, so go right ahead.
You're good? Okay. So yeah, I am Ayami302. I stream sometimes, most of the time. I do. But tomorrow I'm actually taking night off, but Thursday night I will be streaming another D&D. You'll get to see me play my fighter tiefling Miyako. You kind of saw a little bit of her and Ellie tonight, I'm not gonna lie. Especially on that rant. That's a thing. Yeah, Miyako kind of came into that a little bit, just a little bit. And then Friday I do Parabatai Adventures on Minecraft with Gibbs. Gibbs streams it on her stream because I can't, because my computer hates me. But Saturdays, I don't know. I usually do singing streams. I don't know. I might switch it up depending. And then Sundays, I'm right back here for Festival of Colors. Playing Miyako again as a tiefling fighter. It's great. Little bit of a different mindset change there. So you'll see Miyako kind of like in different personality modes. And then also that same night, I'm actually in another game where Vincent is running it. And I'm in that with Gibbs and with Indigo. You guys see him on Sunday as well for Festival of Colors. But yeah, I play a ranger, Kyoto, and she has a brand and has no idea why she's in this critter world, and they're gonna try and find out. It's gonna be great. So
Most
yeah.
lovely. Well, again, guys, go ahead and do what I am going to request of you now. You're going on a raid. My good friend Speedy helped start this.
Oh, I love Speedy.
He started this wonderful series of games called 6 and 20, which is set in this fantastic dark.
6 and 20. Love it.
It's like this lovely dark fantasy mafia game, and there's like 3 crews currently in the campaign, all run by the same guy, all on different nights. And right now, we're going to go drop in and give Video Store Cowboy a visit, because gosh darn, 6 and 20 is a massive, exceptional
There's a girl
game.
who's playing two separate characters because one has possessed her character.
Oh no!
That's how like intense it
Is that
is.
Slade?
No, it's Louise.
Louise. Oh, dang it. I might have gotten the name.
Yeah.
Oh, well. But,
Yeah, it's Accidental Legend.
Ooh. Anyways, guys, let's go ahead and pop in. Give them a heads up from the forefront. Get the Possum Posse in there. And we'll be seeing you guys another... Slaying, that's right. Slaying. We'll be seeing you guys another night. So, go give them the love. Go give them all the support. Go tune in if you'd like to watch some more role-playing streams. And again,
It's fun.
we'll possibly see you Thursday back here for more Eastern Marches on the Mouse Guard. And that's really all I can say. We'll be seeing you guys another time. Go ahead and join the Twitter, join the Discord if you like to...
Join all the things.
Yeah, I mean, like to keep in touch. If you'd like to play, if you want to learn this fancy game of mice and evil
It's
grandmas,
so easy.
we'd be happy to teach you. We'd be happy to have you. And until then, we'll just see you next time on the forefront. Alright?
Bye.
Farewell, and best of luck.